Yes, please do something for me, temporarily.
Hey everybody, welcome to Core. This is Core, where we talk video games, you listen video games, and I don't have a cool intro for these two this week because I didn't do one.
All right.
So.
Well, that's fine. Hi, I'm Beau.
Hi, it's Beau. It's your favorite third chair with the beard and the hair. See, I got one on the fly there. And then it's John Jagger. Hey ladies, look at the swagger on John Jagger. There he is.
Oh.
There it is.
Not bad.
It's impressive, right? What I did there on the fly?
The what you did, not the swagger.
Oh.
The swagger is low.
Okay, swagger. I haven't felt good swagger in about 6 years, I'll be honest.
All right, so
I never felt it. I'd love to know what good swagger feels like.
Yeah, someone tell us. Yes, Beau. What were you going to say?
Since it's the top of the show, we like to sell things. I got something to sell.
Oh, do it. What do you got?
Yeah. Available exclusively, maybe at Frogpants. We haven't talked yet, but I'm just going to assume it's going to be on the store. Is Beau Schwartz teaches Steam categories.
Oh yeah, Steam categories with Beau Schwartz. Yes, that's right. The subscribe now and learn how to categorize your crap in a way that Beau would approve of. I'll tell you what, dude. I tried to do a little of this during the week and failed miserably.
I tried to too, and I realized very quickly I hate all the categories I made.
It went that's exactly what I did, and I kept second guessing everything. In fact, for the first time in my life, I went, "Is this what John feels like when he's trying to do character creation and is it not quite happy with it?" That
is exactly the feeling of, I've made a mistake and I have to start over.
I hate that feeling. So I kept getting that feeling and I went, I don't want to do this. And I'm staring down the barrel of 3,000 plus games and I'm like, I was all excited about this last week and now I don't think I'm as excited as I was. So there may be some value in Beau teaching people how to do this because I couldn't do it.
Well, that's exactly it. You guys, I couldn't have asked for better performance on this, Purchase now and your woes will go away.
Wow. All right.
About your Steam categories. It's harder than you think,
yeah,
categorizing games.
It really is. John and I proved it.
Here's the categories I came up with, Beau. You tell me if I did a good job or a bad job. Third-person action.
Okay.
Action RPGs. Alex's stuff. That's my son's games. Arcade style. This is that one is one where I'm having an issue because I don't know what to put in there. So, is it retro games? Is it anyway? Beau games. That's where I put fishing games.
Great.
Chore core, fighting games, Final Fantasy. It gets its own category. Flight/racing games.
Oh. That's an interesting combo. I'll have to ask more about that. All right.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not going to have enough of either for two categories, so I just combined it.
How many flight games do you have? Just curious.
And aren't flying sims just the car racing games of the air?
I mean, yes. They're car. Yes, that's what they are. They're the car racing games of the air. Or conversely, car racing games are the flight games of the ground.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think I nailed it. First-person shooters, horror. I have a category called Metal Gear Kojima. It's where I put my Metal Gear games and also games Kojima made because I feel like they defy classification more than most games.
So like your Death Strandings and your whatnots go in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you put the alikes in there as well?
I don't know if I have any alikes yet.
I'm trying to think. Is there a good...
Well, I guess Splinter Cell might, right?
Depending on how you categorize, Revengeance is a Metal Gear title.
Oh, yeah, that would go in there for sure. Yeah, Revengeance would go in there.
That would go in there. But if you put other stealth games in there, then you start... See, this is where I kept running into snags. Because I would either be hyper specific about my categories or way too broad, and I wouldn't be happy with any of them, and I would delete them, and I would try new ones. And
So there's a chapter in my this DVD-ROM that I'm selling with MOVs about how to do this, is that it's a journey. It's not just I categorize it and I'm done. It's an ongoing journey to self-discovery about discovering what organization of categories works best for you. So don't beat yourself up if you do your categorization and find that it's not working. You can plan regular sessions to, weekly recategorize and reflect on like how easily you were able to access your games. Also, you want to incorporate the habit of every time you purchase a new game or add one to your library to start putting things in and maybe coming up with new categories. So a useful tip would be for like all the games that don't really fit is to put them in a big bucket, like maybe call it to do or to check out or to categorize, and like leave them in this limbo until you've had time to reflect on like new categories or changing the categories. It's a journey, everyone.
How do you feel about the idea of putting something in multiple categories?
I'm against it, but it's a preference thing. So, if that helps you stay organized, fair enough. But I think like if you think about it, like if you have a wall full of tool like screws and stuff, like they can't be in multiple drawers at the same time. Your 1-inch nails are in the 1-inch nail drawer, and your 4-inch nails are in the 4-inch nail drawer, and the 9-inch nails is in your
it's in your records collection.
Your CD player. Yeah,
sure. But that feels like a physical constraint. We're in a digital world. Like I kind of like the idea that I could. If I'm in the mood for Final Fantasy, I open the drawer and there's Final Fantasy. But if I'm in the mood for RPGs, it also includes those.
So if that system works for you, then that's the right answer. But I would say that part of like having a GUI with a computer is to translate this ephemeral, the ephemeral.
What's wrong with Muriel?
Ephemeral.
The ephemeral.
Is it ephemeral? Is this one of those skeletal deals? It is.
No, this is me intentionally mispronouncing it because it's a thing with me. Because I always say ephemeral and it's ephemeral.
Yeah.
It's the ephemeral nature of bits and bytes. Like, doesn't make sense to the human mind. So if like your mind is able to cope with that ephemeral bits and bytes, like great, like cross-linked lists and stuff like that. I need more graphical translation into like, I need to think of it as like a toolbox wall or something where like, the third drawer from the top on the top toolbox has the wrenches in it. It's the wrench drawer. So that's why I like one. I like to think of them physically, even though they are not physical, I guess.
Yeah, no, I actually probably helps, right? To think of them as physical.
But it's up to you. If you like a multiple linked list, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. What if Tezzeret Dynamite has an interesting idea? What if you sort the games or organize them into categories of how much you like them to how much you don't like them?
I think that's hilarious. I honestly, I kind of want to see somebody do this to their library just so they can sit down and be like, I'm in a 5-star gaming mood today.
I noticed on the Steam Deck that it's probably available too on the Steam library, but I haven't done it on PC. But like definitely on Steam Deck, you can sort by the score, like into the overwhelmingly positive. Like there's actually a sort there for critic review. So you could do your own, and if like that helps you, fair enough. But I just don't. I just don't. You're sometimes you want to play a game that's like in your, low 50s, right? Like,
sure.
How are you going to know what's in there? If that works for you, great, I guess. But that your mind works differently from mine, so I don't recommend it. And also, it's also available baked in, broadly speaking, in Steam, anyways. So,
Oh, that's true because you just play.
I think you can sort by score on your. Let me just see. I know you can do it on Steam Deck. Like Steam Deck, you can sort by like how much you've played as well. So probably the games you like, you've played more. So you can sort by hours played. Mm-hmm. I just don't know where it is. Like I haven't really done it too much on the PC client. So
you can sort by hours played. You can sort by last played, first not played ever, by size. Like there's a bunch of ways to do that, and that's all I've ever done. What I really want to do is be able to get some of these hidden gems out that I know are good that I just haven't touched in a long time. And it's like, maybe I'm in the mood for them and surface them somehow. And I think these categories are the way to do that. So maybe I just need to narrow my focus to here's a group of games that I just want to get back to or get around to or whatever.
You can make that a category of like gems I need to get to sometime, and then there you go.
And someone says these dynamic collections. I tried that. It doesn't really. It's kind of bad.
dog shit.
Yeah, it's
dog
not
shit,
great.
Complete dog shit. The problem is that people's ideas of what should belong in a category differ probably from how you think about them.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, maybe you'll find some usefulness out of it, but I don't want Diablo in the same bin as Final Fantasy Remake, both action RPGs, according to some people. And that's stupid. So,
Which part is stupid? The way you organize them, or the people call them?
No, that idea is that they're both the same category of game is a stupid idea. Like, it's very unhelpful and very wrong.
You said last week it should be illegal. That's what you said.
Yeah. It's kind of a crime.
I think I kind of agree. Well,
they're both great games. It's just they're not the same category. You know, like, why are you doing this to us? Like,
well, if y'all at home took the word last week and said, "Yeah, I'm doing this too," and you came up with like a really good solution, share it because we'd like to hear about it. We'd like to know what you did. And look for Beau's new book coming soon. All right. Nicely done.
DVD ROM.
Oh, quick thing. There's something new happening that I wanted to get some feedback on. I talked about it on TMS. I'll do it here too. But I started on the YouTube channel when I'm not streaming anything. There's no shows going on. Like right now, we're streaming live there and to Twitch. But when there's nothing going on, that channel's going to run something called Frogpants Replay. It'll be a stream. It'll be live. So when you tune into it, it's just what's on is on. It will have the DVR function, so you can go back a little bit if you missed stuff or whatever. But so far, I've just been beta testing it with like old episodes of Core. And I put up our episode or our Sony State of Play commentary video, some old animation I did, some really old videos I did a long time ago. Just kind of a mix of new and old, just to see how the plugins worked and how the ordering worked and all that. Just kind of testing it. And the response has been really good. People like it. The question now is, what do I want to do? And I was thinking like maybe theme week. So next week is Heroes of the Storm era Core episodes. Damn. And they just run all day, 24 hours a day for that week. And then the next week might be old Extra Life Radio stuff that we maybe have some video for, although I don't really think I do. But it's Instance Week, or it's stupid throwaway short video week, or whatever it is. I just want to get people's ideas. And so while I can't guarantee that I'll do exactly what you're asking, I am taking suggestions. You can send them to me on Discord, emails, however you want to do it. And we'll check it out. But if you're not sure what I'm talking about or want to check it out just as it currently stands, go to youtube.com/Scott Johnson and you can check it out. Right now, we're streaming this on that, so it's not there right now. But you'll know when it is because there's a big overlay that says Frogpants Rewind and has a bunch of information about, this is old and all that, so you won't be confused. Although some people still in the chat are confused, I've noticed. They'll still talk like they're there.
Well, it happened to me too. Like I thought you were live, and I clicked to see like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
and
you see yourself.
I was like, wait, I would see us, and I'm like, wait, what the hell's going on? I had a moment. I was like, yeah, is this a replay? And then I read the title. I was like, oh, it's Rewind.
Yeah.
By the way, because you were talking about the old library, I was like sorting through your videos, and because I'm like, oh, what old stuff could be there? But this account's like 20 years old, literally.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking through your really old stuff, and then I saw this and went like, what the hell?
What is it?
It's a video of Liam. I'm like, this exists.
Yeah, this is Liam in the closet. This would have been like awesome. 2000 and...
It's only 60 seconds, but it says 16 years ago.
Yeah, this is old. We can play this. It's public. Here. I don't know what we're going to see, but we're going to see it together right now, live on the air. Let me get some audio. Okay, here we go. Here's Liam. 16 years ago.
You are not prepared.
Is that it?
Well, sometimes being a little bit prepared, that's okay. It's handy. I'm just saying. Okay, cheers.
I love that Nightcrawler came out at the end. Yeah. That's amazing.
I don't remember that at all.
It's like a little treasure of a video on your thing, and I'm like, what the hell? This is hilarious. There's lots of fun stuff here. You should replay these old things, too.
There's some weird ones, too. Maybe I'll share this one real quick. No, that won't work. Never mind. I'll do it a different time. But
we talked about He-Man in the pre-show. There's a He-Man clip here, too.
Anyway, hell yeah.
We shouldn't dig through all of it, but these would be really great to replay, too.
Yeah, some of this older, like, weird archival stuff, some of it I don't even have it on hard drives. I'd have to download it to get it into the system. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, what kind of fun crap would people want to see? And already I have a new idea because of that clip. I can go find weird stuff like this. I've got John doing something from way back. It'll take me forever to find it, but you did something kind of weird you sent in once.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Probably not a shocking bit of news there, but we'll let you guys know. But check it out for now. YouTube.com/Scott Johnson. Let's get into the games we played this week. All right. Speaking of Kojima, jeez. I have proof that my phone listens to me. Can I tell you how I know this?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is unrelated.
No, it sounds important. It sounds important.
We were upstairs earlier talking to my daughter, and she said something about how Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman, who used to be married, 9 years ago they split, but they still kind of stay in the same house. They have just figured it out, right? They just still they're still there, but it's not what it used to be. It's like a whatever agreement. And that's a weird, obscure thing to be talking about. Ain't nobody looking that up today. Nobody's thinking about Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman's marriage or where it stands or any of that.
Yeah.
I pull up Instagram to check comments on my recent videos, and the first public one that comes up is Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman have been apart for 9 years. What's been going on since? And there's a whole thing.
Oh yeah.
That's effed.
Yeah. We're under constant surveillance in order to sell. I mean, it's under the guise right now of selling ads, but that's why everyone's freaking out.
But it's still surveillance, right?
Well, eventually, we shouldn't talk about politics, but it's like being a Democrat means you're a terrorist. That's what that turns into. Put them all in the gulag.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not great. It's not a great. This isn't great.
Usually, I kind of blow it off because it's like, oh, I was just drinking a Coke and now I saw a Coke ad. But that's a likely scenario. There's a lot of Coke ads, and I drink a lot of Coke Zero. So why wouldn't it? I would run into that. But talking about DeVito and his freaking divorce, and that's the first thing I see. Come on, man.
Also, one thing I know they do too, not to make this that kind of a show, but just to be aware, is they also the phones are aware what other phones you're near.
Okay.
So maybe you bring it up in conversation and they look it up on their phone. Mm-hmm. It'll still link it to you.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like if two phones are together, it means two people are maybe hanging out. Like you'll say the three of us meet up somewhere. Our phones are now within vicinity of each other.
Yeah.
So our like search terms and like algorithmic profiles can become blended or cross-referenced because we're probably I don't know if they, we probably have like some Venn diagram where we have overlap on interests.
So if one of you's on a VPN or something, it might be different.
So if you have an interest in something that isn't in my profile, it might say like, well, these guys hang out, so you might also like this thing as well. So if you said you were talking to your daughter about it, so maybe did your daughter look anything up on her phone?
No, we had just talked about it, only talked, and then I turned around, flipped it open as I walked away, and bam, there it was.
And nobody looked anything up because they will cross-reference it to other phones that are in your like social circle, basically. So interesting stuff.
Weird, man. I don't like it.
I mean, it's dystopian, but like it's real.
It weirded me out, and I didn't like it. The feeling never left. Yeah. Still here with me.
I know. Well, you feel like a conspiracy theorist, right? Because we spend a lot of time being like, they're out there to get you, and you're like, shut up, conspiracy theorist. But it's like, no, now our compute is like so capable of like recording a bunch of data, cross-referencing it, and spitting out, an AI-generated tabulation or summary of who you are, what you're into, what you probably believe, all that kind of stuff within seconds. And there's financial incentive tied to it. So yeah.
Well, the good news is I blocked that account, and I'll never see one of those people again. Because
this is why I've been like you sent a TikTok the other day, and I'm like, I don't have a TikTok account. I closed, I deleted. I said delete. Who knows if it's really deleted? But I deleted all my shit and closed it when it was starting to be bought by the states. I'm just like, I don't have a Facebook. I have a Facebook so I can log into my Oculus, but like all my data is deleted off there, and I don't have a Twitter account. And
look at you, man, living off the grid, kind of.
No, it could be better. I mean, if I was living off the grid, I'd get a flip phone. But like, I like doing this show, and I like podcasting and stuff. I still like YouTube a lot. Like, it's hard to go away, but I'm like minimizing this shit as much as possible because it's like not cool, man. Like, internet's cool when it was like when the hardware was bad. Now that the hardware is good, everyone's just ruining it. Honestly,
someone says they're selling ads on one app based on your precise opt-in geolocation data on another phone.
Sure.
Like another app. Yeah.
Yeah, like inference is a thing, right? So even if you're like, oh, I'm off the grid, you don't know who I am. It's like they can cross-reference. The place is blanketed in cameras and data tracking. They'll find you.
Yeah, they'll get you one way or the other. They'll get
Unless
you.
you're living in the forest.
Well, let's talk about more forests. There are quite a few, actually, in Assassin's Creed. I've been playing a lot more Assassin's Creed. I'm not going to talk everyone's ear off. I've done it for 2.5 weeks now about why I'm really into Assassin's
Creed. As much
Creed.
as you want about Assassin's Creed.
I have nothing new to say except I'm really enjoying myself, and I'm kind of obsessed to the point that it's all I want to really play very much of. So
is this still? I know you're trying to get off the topic, and now everybody's like, "Oh, here goes John with the open questions." Is this still Black Flag, or are you still down a all Assassin's Creed rabbit hole?
So let's see how much I want to tell you.
No, you need to tell me the whole thing. I asked the question. I need the truth.
All right. So
give me the truth.
Something happened where I'm well into Black Flag Resynced, and I did the little experiment, was doing the whole streaming the games around the house and figuring out different use cases. By the way, smart TVs just have the Moonlight app on them. You can just download and install it. So I can just do this shit direct now to TVs. I don't have to plug anything into them. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. I'll get to that in a minute because I did some retro stuff that was pretty neat. But anyway, I got just kind of curious about some of the systems differences in previous games that are more RPG focused. And I may be one of the few people, although it's whatever. I could go on about this forever about why I think people are wrong about this, but I think the RPG-ness of Origins and Forward of those games is actually is
my RPG-ness is itchy.
Put your RPG-ness away.
I just had to get that out. I'm done. Thanks.
All right, good. You had it. You had the moment. You got it. That's good. What's I going to say about the RPG-ness? Oh, I think that the games are better for the change. I think from Origins on was a smart move, and I think it's extended the life of the IP exponentially, and they are popular for a reason, and they sell extremely well for a reason. And I think part of that is the deeper systems, right? I think the deeper the systems, the more interesting those games get. I know not everyone agrees. They all want to go back to just let me assassinate dudes and no leveling and no itemization. Just, I get it, and people will say that all day, but part of the reason they did this in the first place is because people were tiring of that. So they wanted something more. And so when they did something more, there's always a faction of people that go, oh, I want something less. And I'm done listening to all these voices. Anyway, point is, I wanted to just kind of poke my head in there and go, well, Black Flag does this. It's not in the RPG-ness of things, but maybe I forgot how they handled this particular thing in, say, I don't know, Valhalla or whatever. So I fired up Valhalla, and then I got really hooked in to that. So to answer John's question, most of what I played this week, Assassin's Creed related, was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the pandemic game we all remember. Mm-hmm. And it is a damn fine Viking game, and I really do like the systems in it. I think that if anything, I didn't get far enough in Shadows to say, but I think Valhalla's maturity on the RPG systems of the previous couple of games actually was really, really good. Like, I think they really started to hit pay dirt on a lot of that, and I think those things are good. They're sticky, and it feels good to advance and play them and to level up. And you're getting level up points like a lot. And that feels good because you'll do a big raid and schling, get 2 points. It's like, that feels really good. Let's go put some points and stuff. They did opt to go with like a Path of Exile size frickin' skill tree that goes all over the place in that game. And so it takes a little more to get your head around, but it actually works quite well, and you can respec anytime, and there's no cost doing that. So I've found just myself really enjoying it. Now, here's the funny thing. I didn't go into that one first. I went into Odyssey to do the same test, to do the same check. And there's a very good chance I would have just gotten stuck playing Odyssey and all roped in again. The problem is Odyssey wouldn't freaking launch. And there's some weird bug with Odyssey where there's something to do with either pre-caching or like what's the compiling shader compilation thing.
Compiling shader.
Something's being funky there. So I tried everything the internet said to do to clear it. It was taking 20 minutes to launch it. When it finally did launch, I was like, well, I can't have this happen again. So let me get back out and see if it just relaunches quickly. Nope, another 20 minutes. Well, what's that about? All of the other games in the series launch immediately. No issues. Origins, no problem. Everything past Odyssey, no problem. Odyssey just hangs. And I could not figure out what was going on. I still don't quite know. I've looked everywhere. All the Reddit things lead to nowhere.
Could it be your graphics card's too good? Something to do with that?
I mean, if it is, then Origin shouldn't run. Well,
it's a shame that Ubisoft isn't a company and around to fix this anymore. Like what a bummer that they can't fix their own video.
I mean, it might just be me. That's the other problem is the people I found that had it. It seemed like it wasn't very many. It wasn't a huge trafficked problem. So it may just be a much more granular problem in my own backyard. And so I'm not done trying to figure it out, but I don't think it's not on some big massive bug list, or else I think it would have been solved by now. And what's weird is I don't think it was happening prior. So I think this is something to do with the most recent NVIDIA drivers, because prior to the current update, I was launching Odyssey just fine. Like last time we talked, I wasn't having this issue. It's only been since I just did the most recent update. All the rest of the games behave exactly the way they did. The one that was a year older and the one that was a year later, they both launched just fine. Valhalla and Origins. That one doesn't. So I'm going to keep dicking around with it. But then that's what I went, well, I'm going to waste my time today. Let's go into Valhalla. I just want to test. I just want to see. And then I got sucked the F in there. And now I'm like Viking Man McGee doing Viking shit. And,
it isn't perfect, but there was it just feels like a Viking game with an Assassin's Creed excuse on top of it.
It's just like resynced in that way.
Because the one thing I was just like, I don't really feel like an assassin. Like,
no, you're too brutish.
I'm doing like giant. I'm raiding villages. Mm-hmm. What's going on, John? I see your face.
I don't know. Scott has me up while you're talking for some reason, and I'm just awkwardly being shown sitting here quietly. So
I thought it was something I was saying.
I figured I'd just start mugging for the camera because I was like, I don't know.
I thought it was me.
We're focusing on me for some reason.
I know what it was. I'll tell you what it was. So when I switch between you guys, I have a switcher, and sometimes I do like a piano player where my keys are one off, or when you're typing and you're
doing a concerto.
Yeah, I placed the wrong key. Sorry, Beau. It's your face I was looking at.
I don't apologize to me. I just thought John was like, what is Beau saying right now? And I'm like, I think I'm saying normal things. I have to ask. I have to ask. I have to know. There's something wrong.
I was hoping that Scott would notice and be like, what's John doing? Oh, I have him on the screen for some reason right now.
It took me too long.
There's no problem noticing when I've gotten away from my desk and putting pictures on there.
Putting a horse on there, I know. It's like Black Flag. It's like it's a Viking game with some assassinating in it.
It's a Viking game first.
I agree.
Like, because when I think of like, you could have made an assassin game as like a Viking that was you in the swamp, like Velen, like it was Velen, and you're sneaking around and actually being an assassin, where it's like, no, you're like related to the royal lineage. We got boats. We're doing raids. We're killing the Britons. It just feels like, okay, we're just selling this game with the Assassin's Creed deal on it, but we really wanted to make a Viking game. However, it's quite good. Like football, like you wouldn't expect an Assassin's game to give you a football tackling move where you just charge at someone with your whole body and flatten them, which is really awesome. It's very cool. It just doesn't feel very assassin-y.
In the same way that the pirate one feels like a pirate game with the IP as an excuse. It's one way to look at it for sure. I happen to think, or maybe I've just turned around on this, but I think that they're great on their own and that it's okay. Like there's nothing about these that needs to be something special in this Assassin's Creed line.
It's a problem. I'm just saying it's a thing you have to like reconcile. I could see someone maybe not like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not poo-pooing their fun. Like if that doesn't feel right to them, it's Ezio or die, that's fine.
I liked Valhalla. I just didn't finish. I moved on to other things, I guess, but I didn't play any of the other ACs in that RPG-ness era, except for Valhalla. And I was like, this is pretty cool.
I really like all three. I loved Origins. I really like Odyssey when it runs. And I love Valhalla. And I I think I got caught up in this is so much Viking. Like I got caught up in that thinking, and now I kind of approach it differently. I think partly because the pirate one is so well remade that I'm approaching it and going, well, if I'm going to say that about this, the one everyone loves, Black Flag, is kind of the same thing. It's an excuse to have pirates. Like it's a pirate game first, and it's an assassin's story behind it. But so's Valhalla, and there's a connection, and you still got to deal with all that, and it kind of interrupts your Vikingness of it, and that makes it interesting. But so is kind of Odyssey in a bunch of ways. Like
you just sort of wonder, like they could not give up the Creed IP, but they don't have to do assassins because, like, in RPG games, you get to pick your class, right? Are you a mage, warrior, or rogue? Mm-hmm. But the title is like, no, that you're a rogue, like you're assassin. Except you can be a warrior. Like they should just call it like Warriors Creed. Like they could branch off from the IP without fully branching off from the IP. You know. Like,
but I also want to have a skill line where I am successfully stealthy and assassiny as hell because I still do it. Like
I think they've kind of done it. Like honestly, I think they've been successful. I think Assassin's Creed. I think you're always going to have people that are like, "Well, I miss the days of just stabbing people like an assassin." And it's like, sure, but those games exist. You know, like yes, they're making different ones now, but those games did exist. I don't think you get this many games if that's all you ever do.
Yep.
I think that they smartly. Whether it's your cup of tea or not, they smartly went, man, we can only get so much out of this. We've milked it for a lot. Let's change it up. And I think now Assassin's Creed doesn't mean hood up, blend into a crowd, stab a guy, sneaky business. I think that stuff is in there.
Yeah.
But I think that when they say this is Hex, like the one that's coming out, we don't go, well, now you're going to be walking through a marsh and sticking people in dead Twigland. Like you're going to see magic and weird witch stuff. Like that it's going to be bringing more to the table than just that.
Yeah. Which is, I don't know why we don't want that. I guess I'm arguing with straw men who I know exist out there because I've seen their internet posts, but I don't know why it's a beef with people. I think if you want, And here's the truth, and this is actually kind of a fun way to play. If you wanted to play even one like Valhalla, where you are perhaps the furthest from, I don't know, you could argue Odyssey's got the same problem because it's not even the same hidden blade. It's like the spear of Leonidas, and it's just different, right? So you could take those two games, and you could play them though, build your character. Full stealth, as hardcore stealth as you want, and you could be able to play that game like an Assassin's Creed game from the old days. Stealth kill everybody, jump off high places, take 2 out at a time. They don't see you coming, throw smoke down when they're coming. Like you can play it all that way you want. All they've done to these games is say, yeah, but now you can also be a pretty badass hand-to-hand warrior in scenarios that maybe are more called for that, or that will change it up enough to make this not a one-note game the way that maybe the first game is now. I think it's great what they've done. So I'm just finding new appreciation of work that's already been done. It's because of Black Flag that put me there. Why Valhalla went from test to, oh shit, I got to keep pushing. I got to go. Let's raid one more river raid. Let's go, let's go find some more stuff. I don't know what happened there.
That stuff's good though. There's a lot of voice. That's why you would think something like Skull and Bones might be good. Like the river raiding in Valhalla, I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, it was really good. And it's fun to be able to go, I can raid on my way to this larger job I have to go to, this quest, or I can stop and tear it apart real quick, get all the shit, and then keep going to where I'm going. Like, I
just like getting off the boat. Like, there's that, because that's like the classic movie thing with the Vikings, where they're on the village, and it seems kind of bad to like that stuff, because it really is just wanton murder, but
yeah.
It's fun. It's fun to do in a video game.
But it also I think adds to the lore of Eivor and his whole vibe. I am playing the dude version of Eivor. Nothing wrong with the girl. And you can switch in that one, which is kind of cool. But he becomes, as the story goes on, he gets conflicted, because on the one hand he's just this bloodthirsty, let's take over everything. His brother's got some high-minded ideals, but to get there you got to spill some blood to do it in the early game. But he's also starting to see that there's more to this. There's also this bigger thing happening that he didn't know about. A lot of subterfuge, and he's trying to understand it. Like, there's some complex stuff there. The biggest beef people have with that game is that it's so big that it outstays its welcome. I could see that.
The expansion stuff gets really wild with the magic. Like, I think it's actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, they go way mythology with the expansion stuff. There's a bunch of it in the main game too. Like, you go and visit Valhalla, you hang out with Odin and Loki and Thor, and like, you do all that shit.
At least because I didn't play that deeply. I put maybe like 30, 40 hours in, but like half of it you're on mushrooms.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a plausible deniability that it's actually a magical world, but I think maybe eventually you do just go. I don't know.
And there's one thing I really like about the game, although I've always liked about these particular 3 or 4 that have come since they made this change. And that's that you're never quite sure if they're really fighting a Cyclops. Because it's the way it's always presented is
you're pretty sure in Odyssey you're fighting.
You do, but what I mean by that is there's plausible deniability around it from a historical overview. Like, especially in the case of Eivor, because he's constantly he's getting drugs from the witch lady.
That's one thing, but I remember Odyssey, like, they set up that you're going to deal with the Minotaur, and then this dumbass with a cow head on his head comes in and goes, I'm the Minotaur.
I love that one. That was my favorite.
And you're like, oh, man, they're keeping this historically accurate. And then later a giant-ass freaking Minotaur shows up, and you're like, oh, okay, here it is. And there's no mushrooms. It's just like, oh, this is real. And Medusa turning people to stone is real.
Yeah,
I think.
you're right.
Isn't it?
I think
might be... But the Minotaur's definitely in there. I remember fighting the Minotaur.
Yeah, you do that.
Big,
and there's also there's like when you fight what you just described her, what's her name? Medusa.
There's
a fight with Medusa, but it's kind of like you got to like go to another realm to do it. And like there's same with Origins. I had to fight a gigantic, not Ra. What's the name of the dog one? Maybe I can't remember the god you had to fight.
Well, isn't Ra Egyptian? So it's
but Origins is Egyptian. So you go into Origins, you go into this place in the desert, and you have this big, and it can be a big group fight, like it's a co-op thing if you want. You can also solo it, but you go in there and you fight. It's gigantic. It's half the size of the continent, and you're running around on the periphery fighting, and it's clearly doing magical shit. But to get there, I kind of had to go through some Animus fade out nonsense, which just leads me to believe that they want you to kind of hang on to the idea that the mythology of these timelines is still mythological, but the characters experience stuff that felt real to them. It's real to me, man. That kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I guess in a way the Animus is just VR. So
yeah, it's a little of that.
The game's kind of just VR anyways.
Also the real world stuff turned into like 2 gods competing over destiny. I don't know. The real world stuff got really bizarre. And like, if that's the world that Assassin's Creed takes place in, like there's absolutely no reason you can't have a Minotaur.
Yeah, exactly. They really do stretch the limits of it, like, no doubt.
They already were pushing it back in like 2.
Yeah.
So, or 3, I think is where a lot of that stuff came out. So I think it's fine. I think they should enjoy going crazy as possible. The idea of them doing Hex, which is a bunch of witch and magic stuff in theory, I'm all for. Like, go crazy with it.
Yeah.
Like, I do not care if I wanna play like a regular Assassin's Creed game. They exist. Like, I am ready for. Show me what a magic assassin looks like. Show me. Go back to the future stuff. Show me what a future assassin looks like. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I will check in when I think it's fun, and when I won't check in when I don't. And that's how I have always been with the series. I have not played all of them. You know,
would you play a crossover? Like, what if Ubisoft crossed over with Blizzard and they did like a Valera's Creed?
A Valera's Creed?
Yeah.
Would that be? Would you be like? Would that you think be strong enough?
I mean,
to
it'd be weird, but
when you crouch,
Magic
it just
crossed,
does the
Magic crossed over with Final Fantasy and like Star Trek and Marvel. Like, why not? If the Animus is kind of a VR, you could be like in another universe. These are the memories that came through The Doctor Strange hole.
I think, yeah, call it Assassin's Creed : Doctor Strange hole. Do that.
Doctor Strange's hole.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Rayman.
Yep.
He just started murdering people.
Yeah, I can't explain it. But like, if they did all that, it would be big risks and stuff. So I don't suspect they will. They seem to take.
But
the one thing they take seriously,
universe thing. Like,
yeah, if they wanted to mess around, I mean, sure, they could. I guess what I'm saying is, these are way more complex, large, interesting games with what they've done to them than they would be if they had not. They were running out of string on the old model, and I'm really glad they did it. So that's why. Man, I was going to skip right over Assassin's Creed. It's so crazy how this didn't happen.
Well, you did this because you did not write Assassin's Creed Black Flag. You wrote Assassin's Creed, and I knew something was up. I smelled a news story there. I was like, he is oddly specific when he writes his titles. He's not like Beau, which might not even write the correct name of the game. Like this is Scott. He writes the full title, when and where available, and he just wrote Assassin's Creed. I smell a story.
I think your instincts were right. It is a little weird how I ended up there, but I've been having so much fun in there that's having a hard time getting out. It's also beautiful. That game's gorgeous, and that's the other thing, is this like a sizable upgrade. I mean, it should be, because it was a new console generation, new capabilities, whatever. But it's a pretty good jump visually from the previous games. And who knows? I don't know where this all leads. I don't know what. I don't know what happens. I just know I really like it. But if you want to get real weird, let me tell you what I did next.
Okay.
Because this is going to be a little weird. So everybody, hold on to your butts. There was a sale.
Doctor Strange hole, everyone.
You know, I've been just sort of dabbling around in the Ubisoft open worlds, like we were just talking about.
No!
And there was a massive. There was a massive sale on a little game called Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, and currently I think it's back up to full. Let me see if it is. It's back up to full price. It was $17, and I went, well, I've been curious about this, and I'm not like a big Avatar fan or anything, the movies, but I like Ubisoft open worlds, and I kind of like, in theory, I like the Avatar stuff. I'm just not like rabid about it, but in theory, I think they're fine. I like them. You know, I mean, they're two of them at least, or maybe all three of them are in the top 10 grossing films of all time. There's a reason. Like, it's not just.
I mean, I like Night Elves too.
Yeah, it's not a fluke. I mean, these appeal to people, so whatever. This is more me talking to myself as I was doing it, because it's like part of me is like, people a little, you know, they get. The Avatar thing is.
This is like me putting warnings up about liking K-pop groups.
Yeah, a little like that.
You're like it's cool. I like a little Avatar. It's okay to like Avatar, right?
Yeah, but fine. I mean, if we like Terminator and we like Aliens, I mean, what's wrong with liking Avatar? It's all James Cameron. Whatever.
This trailer that's showing made me laugh because look at entertaining. It's a Game Informer.
They're putting the rave accolades of entertaining.
Entertaining.
You know when people sometimes don't put enough of a quote for you to really be sure exactly what they thought of it. Entertaining.
Yeah, that's about right. And
you know what Game Informer said about us? Entertaining.
Yeah.
Who knows what the tone of voice was, but they said that word.
I looked at the reviews. The Steam reviews are mostly positive. That's good for a Steam review of an Ubisoft game, because technically they like to dogpile those a lot. So I just said, let's just do it. Let's see what's up. And I'm here to report this is Far Cry on Pandora. That is literally the game. And I don't mean that in a negative way. That is not a criticism. I like Far Cry, and I like the systems of Far Cry, and there are some things this game does differently. What sets it apart is the world is insanely lush and detailed. It is crazy. Every little flicker of every leaf moves, every blade of grass does something. It's all foreign and weird. And the things you run into and find, you're not even sure how to pick certain plants at first. They might kill you if you pull it wrong. Like, there's just weird shit like that in there. And it's kind of breathtaking. Like, visually, it's really telling a story here. And I'm sure that they had some very strict guidelines from Cameron and Corporation to say, look, we're not letting you do this unless you're really into the details. Because it's clear to me that was like really important to them.
I don't know what I expected. because I've seen this game. Like maybe it's the fact that like it didn't feel like anybody else talked about it or anything like that. But I'm like, man, this is a pretty game.
Yeah,
this
it's
game
really
visually is a treat, and I like the Far Cry games enough to where like I would go there for this. And it immediately made me go, why didn't more people talk about this game?
Yeah,
It's Avatar, man.
yeah, because
That's I think that's probably true.
Take this and make it any other IP, and it was immediately more interesting. Like, I didn't hate the Avatar movie, but I didn't love it. There's just something kind of whack about Avatar. Like, I can't quite put my finger on it. That's just like, ugh. You know, and it's not the climate change stuff. 'Cause I think that stuff's cool. Like, there's a lot where I'm just like, I like it. I just think like the aliens look stupid. Honestly,
it is a big part of it. If you don't like the Avatar parts,
it's as basic as that. Like, oh, cool game, and I have to play as that, or I have to watch a movie with those things in it. Like, no thanks.
Yeah, no, I get that. They're not going to
like
be
derpy humans. Like, I don't. Like, you know how like they made a big deal about Sonic, right? Like, oh, Sonic doesn't look right, and they made it better, and then everyone was like, oh, I love that. Like, that's to me, that's everything with Avatar. Like,
you just didn't have a reference like Sonic to look
like,
at
take
first.
this movie and make them Warcraft Night Elves. And I'm like, I have to play this game yesterday. But they don't look like Warcraft Night Elves. They look like they're in that similar type visually, I think.
Well, and that's another good point. This is a game that plays with an IP very exclusively. They just said we're making a brand new IP about a race of elves who are encroached by
it's just their visual design. Like, I don't know if James Cameron's like, that's the look. Like, because if I was just on that creative team, like, everything about this is awesome except the aliens look stupid. Like,
everything about
stupid.
it.
And
but
like,
see, that's the interesting thing though, is like, because I don't mind how they look. Like, I think it's fine. I don't rave about it. But even though I don't mind the look of it, looking at this game, I'm like, when I see the world and the traversal and the fighting, I'm like, wow, this really feels like a game I should get. And then it gets to like a cutscene where it's like, and now you're going to see them interact and stuff. I'm like, ooh, this is going to be a cutscene skip game for me. And then I was like, why is that? And I can't pinpoint why that is. Why the idea of like the story of this game is like, oh, I'm not interested. Hard zero interest for me. But I would love to play in this sandbox in this world and run around and, you know,
if
do
they look
stuff.
It's the alien thing. Like, if they looked more like Protoss and leaned harder into the fact that it's an alien species, cool. If they looked more anthropomorphized, like Night Elves, cool. They're just in this weird place where they look whack, and the clothes look whack on them. Everything about them is just whack. Like, sometimes you just can't put your finger on it. You made something, and it's just whack. And I think a lot of people just maybe, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people feel that way. Sometimes it's just me that feels that way, and they don't see it, but like, they just don't look cool. I'm sorry. Like, it's just... You maybe even change them 10% or do something a little bit different, and all of a sudden you're looking at a badass, you know, alien species that everyone loves. You know, it's the difference between Transformers and GoBots, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's actually a fair way of putting it. I was trying to
I love
up with a good way of
Transformers.
saying
Do you
it.
like GoBots? Fuck no. Like, you know, sorry, John. I stole your F-bomb thunder, but I feel it's deserved here in reference to GoBots. Right? GoBots are just like terrible Transformers.
I mean, here's the thing, though. So we say all this, and I don't disagree. By the way, there's a third-person mode now, so you can play them both first or third.
Cool.
I don't think that's going to sell
look at the way he
Beau
walks.
based on what he just
It might
said.
not help Beau because it may make Beau's problem worse, but you can switch it on the fly, so it's no big deal. Anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say that they're working with an IP here that clearly is successful. Like, they're three of the highest grossing films ever made. And number one is still this. The original movie.
People who like Avatar. That's the weird thing about Avatar.
That's because people don't admit when they like
who
things.
Marvel. I met people who like the Titanic. Like, all the popular movies in the world that grossed a ton. I'm like, oh, I know people that watched it, liked it. I know nobody who's like, man, I freaking love Avatar, man. It's the best. I've never seen, and I don't even know people who've seen the movies. Like, nobody talks about it. It's so surprising.
Part of it is I think there's a societal desire for everyone to not admit they like it. And I don't know why this is. I'm not saying that's us. I'm saying there are a lot of people who won't admit to liking Avatar, who all went and bought tickets every time there was a new one. and are stoked about the next one.
I really liked the first Avatar movie, but I haven't seen either of the sequels.
Yeah, and it took them what, not 20 years.
I saw the movie. I will go against, and not that I agree. I think there's a lot of people that, don't want to say it, but I will go the opposite. I will say, not only did I like the movie, but I was one of those people that they talked about like Avatar depression, where it was like, oh, then you had to go back to the real world and it just wasn't very cool.
You felt that a little bit? Yeah. I
felt that. I was like, man, I want to just go be in that world. Maybe that's why I look at this and I'm like, oh, the world is cool. But like, I don't rave about the movie. I think that from a visual perspective, I think, again, like it's sort of a feast for the eyes in a lot of ways, but I can kind of remember that the main character's name is Jake.
Yeah.
And I think that might be, and Unobtainium.
Yeah, that was fun.
I remember that's what I remember about the movie.
Yeah.
He transforms into the alien Star Trek style, right? Like, when they're
because
it's
an avatar.
Trek, they often turn into Vulcans and stuff to do spy missions because it's the future and they can do.
Well, they don't turn into him. He gets put in a pod, and then
it's cosmetic surgery to make them look.
No, it's not. They put them in a pod. They wire them up to these avatars that are synthetic, and then they put their consciousness in the avatar, which physically runs around. He's Sully or whatever his name is still. It's not Sully. What was it? Josh? Whatever it is.
Jake
It's
is the one thing I know. You can ask me this question anytime, and I will get it right.
Jake is still, without spoiling certain ending bits, Jake is still Jake, and he's just in a pod and isn't, he's in cryo basically while he's running around. It's the whole idea.
I mean, that's part of the movie is they start messing with his real body while he's out there running around as a guy.
Yeah. Really? And look, I understand the critics who say it's too simple of a story. It's Fern Gully. Someone in the chat just mentioned that.
Yeah, I remember Fern Gully.
Yeah, and they're not wrong. Like, it's a very simple story, but there are a lot of things. There's a lot of simpleness in Star Wars, for example, but we all revere a lot of it. Like, That's not the problem. Simplicity is not the problem. What do you think it is? Because there are some shit-looking aliens in those prequels.
Aliens look whack, that's all.
Well, what about the aliens in the prequels?
No, they can look like shit. Like, we had bad animatronics and we love those movies. The problem is just a coolness factor. I just don't think they're very cool. That's all.
Well,
that's my guess about why people don't like it. That's why I don't like it.
Right. You might be right. I think there's a lot of people who
only one.
I think there are a lot of people who say they don't and they're just fine with it, but
that's why I'm pointing to like Sonic and stuff. Like, people get like, the way things are drawn like matters, right? If we like reinterpretations by different artists, but we don't. If something's just off about it, we can't explain it. Like, that irrational shit happens too, and I just think they look whack. Like, they didn't spend any time making them look cool, and maybe they're cool to certain people. Maybe James Cameron thought this is the best aliens. I mean, he worked on Aliens, right? He's done cool aliens.
Oh, hell yeah, he has.
It's hard to understand why he would look at this and go like, this is awesome.
Yeah, but somehow, like I say, just a reminder.
Like, back to the drawing board with how these...
it's making a gazillion dollars, so not for you doesn't translate to not for anyone.
I'm not impressed with how many millions it makes. Whack, dude. Like.
But that's my point, is that, it doesn't fit your aesthetic. It doesn't really fit mine or John's either, it sounds like. But it does fit somebody's. They all went and saw this damn thing. I only watched
the first one because I felt you feel you have to in a movie's like, it's a box office amazing.
Yeah, but the second one is also in like the top 5 of all time. Like, they still make.
Which I have a hard time believing. Like, I feel like obviously it's probably real, and I'm just being hyperbolic and funny. But like, well, maybe not funny, but
definitely at least one of the two.
One of the two, sure.
But like, I'm just this is to me is like one of the great mysteries of the universe. Just like, how is this making money? It looks so terrible.
Okay, so and
I've watched the first one and have no interest in anything more.
I think these are all fair takes. I just think that what I like about the game so far. Some people,
the game,
the game, because the movies,
what we're
whatever.
talking about.
I also have not seen either of the second two movies. I want to, I just haven't. This is Far Cry with a bunch of slightly interesting ideas added to the top of it. And by that, I mean, the typical thing they always say is, well, if it's an Ubisoft game, it's just a world full of icons and you just go to one and do the thing and find the next icon that needs to be done on your map or whatever. This doesn't do that. Every once in a while, you'll see kind of a weird iris shape in the middle of the screen. There he goes, like that.
Yeah.
This is like it's like your Navi sense. You've got some powerful sense of where shit's going down. And there's always kind of a slight indicator that maybe there's some animals over here you should be hunting, or maybe over here is some plants worth harvesting or whatever while you're out in the wild on your mission. But if you also hold down the button to like bring that thing up, it will tell you where your next major quest area is. But it doesn't put it on permanent. There's no like HUD thing. So it's just an interesting, more intuitive kind of organic way to get you around the world. And it feels pretty good. I like what they did with it. There is a few things like that. Little weird mini games I've never seen people do before. Like there's lots of mini games in games, but this one does some stuff with like triggers and I don't know. It's just kind of different ideas. The shooting feels really good. The bow and the arrow in particular, just thunking those through humans because they're huge, right? Because you're a giant.
Yeah, I was about to ask, do you feel like you're a bigger creature or does everything feel scaled up?
Well, you know how in the movie you feel like they feel like bigger creatures when the humans are around or when their hardware's around. You're like, oh, wow.
Well, and only then.
Yeah, and kind of only then. And then the rest of the movie, everything scales to them because this is their world. It's like that, but you are fighting humans so often because it's still the major threat is a whole new wave of, without getting into specific story stuff, a whole new wave of I forget what they're called. It's a
dick bag people.
The dick bags. Yeah, they're coming to exploit the place. And your job is there's a whole backstory, but your job is to fight that. You're not a person in an avatar. You are an actual Na'vi who was born here. And you can be a lady or a dude, and there's lots of choices with all that and stuff and how you make your character. They added the third person because in first person, it's really hard to tell that you have cool gear that you've been getting. And so now now you can see all the shit you get. This is early in the game, so he doesn't have much. Anyway, long and the short of it, these mechs, for example, they just have a little human in the front sitting in there. And when they take an arrow to the chest, it's like triple Lord of the Rings freaking Boromir level arrows. Just big, thick arrows, just chunk. And so taking dudes out in one shot feels really good. And there's all kinds of human soldiers scattered all over the place. You're trying to take down these different bases and, all that. There's a flying mount, as you can see. There's fast travel, although I hadn't had to use it very much so far. And it's just, if you like Far Cry, it's what this is. Like it's a different tone, but it's the structure. It's like we're gonna go, we're gonna take that base out. So here's your weapons, and you're not limited just to the arrow. You have like some of the human weapons will get into your possession. You have some that you build yourself. Grenade launchers that throw these plant pods and explode stuff. Like a pretty interesting array, and I haven't gotten them all. Apparently there's a spear I'm supposed to get soon that's supposed to be really good. Anyway, long and the short of it, it satisfies that particular itch if you like those kinds of games. Open world shooter, progress, take stuff down, build a skill tree.
How much of it is open world? Like, is it sections, or can you pretty much just kind of go wherever you want?
You can go anywhere you want, anytime, cool. Except, in the beginning, there's kind of a corridor thing for the tutorial, but once you get the title card, it's all open.
That's awesome.
Yeah, in the same way that the Far Cry games are that way. Some of the areas are going to have stuff in it you do not want to face yet, but if anything, it's kind of a mystery because they don't say you're not allowed here at your level or something. It doesn't do that. You can go anywhere, and then a thing will stomp you in one hit, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, I'm not going up there again until I have better whatever or better traversal or I get my mount or whatever." There's some neat stuff going on under the hood here. I like it. I think it's good. That's basically kind of all the reviews said too. They're all like, "Yeah, it's Far Cry on Pandora, and if you like that kind of game, you're gonna have a great time in here. It's beautiful and it runs really well, and that's the game. They're not breaking any new ground in a major way. It's just kind of a good one of these. So if you like that,
I think that seems neat.
Yeah,
I would probably give this a try. I'll wishlist it.
There's a bunch of new games coming out next month. Don't promise you'll finish games.
I know I couldn't afford this month's games, and next month's not getting any better. So I'm not going to promise anything, but I will say that I'm
Beast of Reincarnation in like 3 days.
Yeah,
Marvel
there's some.
Pro consoles in 6 days. Zero Company at the end of August.
About to get weird. Yeah.
Woman Simulator's coming out later this month.
Hello. What's that?
It's a woman. It's a game where it simulates being a woman. You haven't heard of this game?
No, I haven't heard of that at all.
I made a note of it because I recommended it to you since you like these kinds of games.
Wait, what? Like a chore core? But I'm a lady.
I
or
put
what?
a link in the Discord. There you go.
Oh my gosh, dude! Real quick, I got to call out
trigger
Rhino.
warning. It might be highly misogynistic, but there's nothing like. There's nothing. It's not as far as I know an adult game, so don't worry about that part.
Okay, let's see.
It's mostly as a joke.
It's just
that I recommend
offensive.
It's just offensive as like make me a sandwich kind of offensive, that kind of thing. She doesn't
Yeah,
do this.
see,
Show the
it
trailer.
seems like that might be the case.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess we'll see.
You
how this
do the
goes.
dishes, and you.
It could
do
be.
the
It could be
laundry.
subversive enough to be.
And if you try to leave, you have a foot collar that teleports you back to the house.
What? Really?
I like the Beau's like, it might be offensive.
and here are a number of ways that it is.
Definitely offensive, but it's still. It's just funny.
My gosh, what's with? Are you a restaurant? Why so many dishes? Oh, here she is trying to leave. Okay, let's see what happens. Bit, 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 bit. Oh shit. Well, better get back to the house. Yeah, it's pretty offensive. All right.
Yeah, super offensive. But I'm looking forward to your review of it since you like Chorecore. Anyways, lots of games coming out in August, everyone.
Rhino in the chat said that video didn't seem open world at all. Well, I don't know what that means. It is an open world game. You can take my word for it.
Well, I mean, I think that's why I asked. Like, I actually agree with it. Like, I asked, is it open world? Because I think there's a quality to what I'm seeing in that doesn't look open world. It looks like stages. Like the areas seem very diverse and very different. So I looked at it and I was like, is this like open world within sections? You know, like here's this map, because like it seemed hard to believe that all of those areas connect in a single world that you can go from place.
Well,
to
be
place.
prepared to be impressed because it is 100% open world. You don't have to load into any
awesome.
of it. The only place you load into is the base, your main base, and it's huge and has like an engineering section, and this guy's doing food, and there's all these like, there's crafting. I didn't mention all that. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of systems in there. So you do load into your base when you go back to it, but out in the world, including outdoor bases that are like Navi bases, that's all just go and find it, and no load screens, run forever. I've done that a couple times where I got totally lost and I ran for frickin' whatever miles are in this game, Navi miles. So yeah,
Ran so far away.
yeah, it's good. It's one of those, and if you're not completely opposed to all things Avatar out there, if you're listening, I think this is a really good game, and the price of it isn't that bad on its own. I want to say it's it was down to 17, but if you buy it,
it was like 30 or something for just
30.
the base game.
Yeah, and it's on Game Pass. I should mention that too. So if you have Game Pass, you can just play it.
I do not.
Yeah, I no longer do either, and probably won't for the foreseeable unless they blow my mind. All right, there's that. And I also, one last thing. Using Sunshine and Moonlight, which I talked about last week. Server is Sunshine. You run that on the PC, and then Moonlight can be on your phone, on your Steam Deck, on your TV.
Those are programs. It's
whatever.
not. Scott is new age.
Yeah, I'm not all new age all of a sudden.
Using the power of Sunshine and Moonlight.
Yeah, and I talked about it last week and how to like stream your stuff all over your house, and I'm very impressed with it. I absolutely freaking love it. However, I wanted to figure out a way to get retro games to work that way, and I don't know why it didn't occur to me. It's not any different. I already launched them or can launch them on the PC anyway, so just launch them through Moonlight on any of these devices, and they just work. It's like nothing to make them work. So, I just ran Retro Arch on the base PC and controlled it remotely, and I was playing Minish Cap, I think is what I tried out first. It just looked like
That seems to be one of your go-tos is Minish Cap.
I love Minish Cap. You know what I didn't know? That was a Capcom game. They made that for Nintendo.
Is it?
Yeah.
Man.
Isn't that crazy?
I feel like we're going to one day look back and say Capcom was the greatest video game company.
Yep. It's so into my head lately that I watched the movie Hidden Figures about the the black women that did amazing things at NASA to get us in space and beat the Russians. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic. It's all based on a real story. And they kept saying this.
Any day now, Capcom.
They kept calling the base Capcom, which is what the name is based on. But I'm not used to hearing it so much. So this whole movie, which is set in the 60s during the space race, they're always going, "What's up, Capcom? All right, reporting back to Capcom. Capcom this, Capcom that." And I'm like, is Leon S. Kennedy going to show up in this freaking thing or what?
Any day now, Capcom.
Anyway, it was good.
That was this cool one-liner that he said.
Yeah. Recommend that movie, by the way. It's really good. Currently showing on
What's it called?
HBO, I believe. It is Hidden Figures. It's really good. There were a bunch of Oscar noms for it. Kevin Costner plays the head of the NASA agency in question. He's really good in it. I already like Costner, but he's fantastic in this. It's quite good. Mahershala Ali's in there. It's not a big part, but it's a part.
Oh, it's a 2016 movie.
Yeah.
I think now I kind of remember when this was.
Octavia Spencer, bunch of great actors.
Getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
I never saw it though.
It's quite good. It's a reminder that we can be a lot better than we are sometimes. I'll say that. All right, so that's what I played. It took a long time to get through the Assassin's Creed part. I really didn't think I was going to mention it hardly at all. John's right. I wrote it wrong. Next time I will know what to do.
It's my fault. They can write in and complain about me.
I'm sure it'll be fine. John, swing it over to you. More Marvel Knights. Midnight Suns, I should say. Not Nights. No Nights.
That title, literally not a thing.
Nothing to do with it.
What's in there.
Nope.
Marvel Midnight Suns. I talked about this last week. I've talked about it before because it is not the first time that I have played Marvel Midnight Suns, but I'm back to it. And right now, at this particular stage in my life, it just fits really well with all the kids are home. I'm getting interrupted constantly. I have a 5-year-old that basically lives in the office with me, wanting to do nothing but stuff in here. And it's a game that I can set down pretty frequently with constant interruptions. So it works really well. But I did think my time with Marvel Midnight Suns was ending this week. In fact, that's what I wrote in the show notes. It has not. We'll get to that in a minute. But these games, I would say who is it? Is it Firaxis that made this?
Yep.
Yeah. They have a bit of a history. Historically, they have had issues with their saving system that they kind of will blow out. And I don't know if this is true with more recent ones, but the auto saving and the way they save your games, eventually they just stack up and you get like a huge list of saves, and the games in general, in addition to that, start to chug the further you get into the game. And the more everything stacks on top of itself. So
like memory leaks, that kind of thing? Or?
I think it might be that. I don't know. I haven't researched it super well, but I did remember back in the day when I had some problems with XCOM. I think the first one, people were like, hey, this thing is creating a lot of save files. Why don't you try deleting some of the save files? And I thought, it was true back in the day. Maybe it's true now. Besides, I hate having a bunch of save files to look through. I
don't like it either.
I like to live on the edge, baby. I like to have one save file. And if something goes wrong with it, we're all screwed. So I noticed that I was getting to a place where, not very frequently, but if I transitioned from one area of the game to another really quick, there would just be a little bit of a hitch. And I was like, man, something's chugging a little bit. I know what I'll do. I will follow this advice that applied to XCOM back in the day. I'm going to try and delete some of these save files. So I went through, and it took a long time because this game does love to create new autosaves. It's not one of those where it like reserves 3 slots and cycles through them. Like it just makes a new one every single time. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one.
Kind of hate that.
So I deleted them all. Deleted all the saves. And was like, I did my due diligence. And then later when I came back to play that night, the ability to continue my game was no longer there.
Oh, no.
Because another thing Firaxis games are a little notorious for is that even though they are crazy with the autosaves, they don't autosave that often. They really like to do it only when you do certain big major things. And we did not hit an autosave since I deleted the save files.
Oh.
So all of a sudden I went from damn near the end of the game to, you want to start a new game? You want to try that?
Holy
and I was
shit.
like, oh, I guess I'm done with Marvel Midnight
New
Suns.
game.
I mean, to
Yeah.
start, so
whole new game?
but your
Oh my
manuals. So you had what, like a really old?
I deleted everything. And yes, chat, you can say it. You didn't leave one. No, I didn't leave one. I assumed
Hey,
that
leave 10%.
whatever
Oh, yeah.
would take the new autosave would take place. Actually, I thought I would auto manually save, but I think I got interrupted and left. I think that's what happened. I think I was doing this project and then I probably got a, Dad, can you come do that? Yeah, fine. You know what? I might as well close this game. I'm not getting to play it anyway.
Do you have what swear word did you say? Do we know that? Or what cuss word did you? Pop
Honestly, I wasn't that upset. It was just kind of like, oh, I guess this is over. You know, don't cry because it's over. Cry because it happened. Whatever that is.
I forget what that is.
So
Sounds, yeah. Sounds like a thing someone could say.
Might have said, yeah.
So I just went, it's fine. It's over. But the reason it's not over, and this has continued to be after that, that's what started the cataloging my gaming process. Cause I was like, well, what am I going to play instead? So I started going through my list of games, trying to look for something that would be a good contender for something like this. And that's where I was dropping everything in our little buckets and all of that. And as I was sitting there thinking about it, I was like, man, I really like Midnight Suns. And that was a perfect game for this situation. I was in the mood to play it. Like it was doing everything I needed it to do. Also, man, I wish that game was just a little bit better. Because kind of going back to what we talked about with your problems with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I got to a part where I was like, there's a suit in my, like, you know, when you look at your cosmetics that says you should have this if you've done, you know, if you've unlocked all the mysteries of the Abbey or whatever. And I had done that and I didn't have it. I was like, what is this? So I looked it up and they're like, yeah, there's a known bug in the game where you unlock that suit and it just doesn't unlock.
Boo.
And I was like, oh, well, what circumstances did I do that prevented this from happening? What was the situation? And they're like, no, it just happens 100% of the time.
My gosh.
And I was like, wait, it's just broken and they never fixed it? And it's like, yeah, it's just broken and it never got fixed.
I mean, the game's kind of abandonware.
You can download mods, you know, you can do whatever. And I'm like, man, this game just needs a couple things. Like there's just some things in this game that I just wish were a little bit different. You know, you spend most of the game hearing about how powerful Wanda is, then you get her on the team and she's like the worst character. You'd ever want to use her on any missions. Because all of her abilities are proximity based, but the ring for proximity around her is like so tight, nothing is ever in it.
Yeah.
And like, there's just some systems that don't quite work right. And it's a game in desperate need of like a couple patches that just never came because they just stopped. They never really finished it. So I looked into it and I was like, oh, you know, there's some mods and stuff for this. So I downloaded a mod package and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to reinstall the game then. So because like, yes, for everybody that's like, John always deletes everything. Not only did I delete all my saves, but then when I was like, I'm done playing the game, I uninstalled it because I do that. And you know what? I'm happy for all of you people that can let things live on your hard drive. Okay. You're better people than me. Go pat yourself on the back. Go feel whatever kind of pride you need to feel. I'm a human being that cannot stand to have stuff just sitting on my hard drive for no reason.
Sure.
So I had deleted the game, so I had to reinstall it. Then I installed a mod pack for it. Then I got in and found out that mod pack installed some stuff that I didn't want installed. Like saw a costume and I was like, Jesus, we like all of a sudden, I'm not a prude, but all of a sudden characters did not want to wear very much clothes. And I was like, I play this with my son in the room. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We gotta maybe rein in and not just assume the pack is going to be fun.
Son.
So, look, he already watched me play bits and pieces of Stellar Blade, and that was pushing it. And I, thankfully my costumes of choice in Stellar Blade are pretty conservative, but it didn't change the fact that one day I was playing and he looked at it and he saw Eve walking around and he giggled, and I went, "What are you giggling about?" And he goes, "She's just pretty." I was like,
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
He's paying more attention than I thought.
Yeah.
So
He's gonna have weird stories about Grandpa when he has kids. My grandpa liked to watch.
I made some changes, made some manual adjustments to the mod, got back in, and I'm playing again, and I'm having a great time.
Excuse me.
Turns out it's still good, and
The gameplay is solid. That's what matters.
yeah. Still skipping like most of the cutscenes. I might watch a few of them here and there because there are some jarring, like, oh, we got to go rescue Dr. Banner. Dr. Banner and Captain America are holding up. We got to save them. And it's like, press B to skip, press B. And they get back and it's like, I can't believe Bruce betrayed us all. And it's like, whoa, what happened? Wait, hold on. A lot shifted in this cutscene.
Damn.
So I really like it, but I would recommend that if you're going to look into it, maybe look into some mods for it, because it is a game that I think could be, it's in dire need of like balance patches and tweaks that just never came to it. Honestly, I wish they would do a sequel. That's what I really wish.
That'd be
I know
nice,
we're
but-
getting a spiritual sequel with Zero Company coming next month.
It's also not the unique thing that Marvel Suns is, which is a card game strategy game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more straight XCOM, the newer XCOM.
I think Zero Company is going to be XCOM as like 25% chance to phaser fire or something.
Which I think will be more successful for them, although I think it's a shame because I really like the card system in
True,
Midnight
but like
Suns.
that style
I
of
really
game, it's
liked
been a
it.
while since we've had one, so I'm super happy just to have something to look forward to in that vein.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Zero Company. I hope it's good, man.
Yeah, I
hope
know.
it's really good.
I hope so too.
We're gonna
I
find
mean,
out soon.
I think it'll be fine.
How soon? How long do you say? That's soon.
27th of August, a month.
Yeah, right at the end of
4
August.
weeks.
Right? Okay.
4 weeks, and you'll be upgrading your base.
Sweet.
I'm not sure what they call bases in Star Wars.
You need
Your
to
rebel base. Your rebel base. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's the part I usually don't like about those games is the base management, but we'll see.
Yeah, but I don't know. I liked it. I hope
Yeah,
it,
A lot of people
Midnight
do.
Suns kind of shifted base management. There's a little bit there, but they kind of shifted it to like relationship management. How do you feel about your team, and how do they feel about you?
do you want relationship management or base management, Scott?
Man,
You know what? Base. Now that you say it,
Yeah,
I think
you'll
I prefer
take
that.
your base management. You'll like it. Okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna just have to
Otherwise,
deal
you
with
got
whatever.
to.
although you still like Fire Emblem Awakening, which is all relationship management too.
That's true, and I don't know why. I'm okay with it there.
Is it because the kids show up? You get a direct.
I don't
Like
know.
you made two characters kiss, and now a kid showed up, and you're like, yeah.
I mean, all of those games are somewhat that way. Even the old GBA stuff has that element, just not as deep. And I've always been okay with it. And I don't know why. It's weird. I can't explain it. I'm totally okay with it there. But I would.
Well, one might say a relationship is a base of some sorts. So
Yeah, you know what I like? I like it when they don't try to Fallout Vault. What's that thing called? The Vault thing. There was like a mini game thing. Fallout Shelter.
Fallout Shelter, yeah.
When they try to make the base management like that, where it's like placement really matters of where the room is adjacent to and all that shit, I don't need that. Don't give me no Tetris building. Let me just
Not
say
only do you not like tower defense, you just don't like tower games.
I like towers. That's it.
What did you think of Sim Tower?
Oh, I actually kind of like Sim Tower.
Some towers.
Yeah.
That needs a remake.
You can always find an exception.
Yeah, there's always, you know what, you're not wrong. Like, honestly, Loop Hero, as much as I like to push back, it kind of was
Half of it is
hidden tower defense.
Half of all these things are implementation.
Yeah.
You can be like, I played this game in this genre. I guess I hate this genre. And then someone else makes the game in the genre, and you're like, you know what? Favorite genre.
Yeah.
Like, that's just kind of how it works. All right.
It's weird. It's a weird part of this.
I get that feeling a lot too, because when I say I really like a game, I get recommended others, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care about this game that's identical to the thing I like. It's not the thing I like.
Yeah.
I can't explain it deeper than that. So,
Which may be another reason why people don't like this Frontiers of Pandora, and they do like Far Cry. It'll be weird. That to me, that would be weird because the gameplay is like aimed right at you, but if the aesthetic is not enough, I guess I could get that, right? Like if you just don't like the setting.
I think probably the Avatar fans played it, right? Like I think it found its audience. I think what you're trying to do and set when you're trying to sell that many copies is you're trying to attract everyone.
Yeah, you're trying to get
Also, I don't know if they did a good job explaining what it was, because I, for whatever reason, thought it was basically the same thing that Dune game that came out was.
Oh.
I thought it was the same thing. I thought it was like a quasi MMO experience. Like,
like
I thought it was
survival
I thought it was like a survival MMO thing, and I don't know why I thought that, but that's what I thought it was. And then when Scott's like, "Yeah, I played this, and it's basically." Far Cry on Pandora, and I was like, wait, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, they kind of their marketing blew. No question.
They did not have a good marketing push. I didn't see anything about it except maybe like an ad or something somewhere. But like the native marketing where you're getting streamers or content creators, like the way you get a word out about a game is like if you're putting an ad on TV or showing it at the movie theater or I don't know, like maybe if you're aiming at those audiences, maybe they did reach who they needed to reach, but it wasn't people like us. I'm going to find out about games from podcasts like the one you're listening to right now and other content creators. I'm probably not seeing it in an advertisement because I'm so minimal on advertisements. It'll never cross me that way. I have to find out about it through the hype zeitgeist that we have around
the sites we look at.
And it registered virtually zero. Like this is the most I've ever encountered. It was Scott playing it being like, it's actually not too bad, And like, all right.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I would argue that they screwed up. They screwed that up. But I also
that's been the best marketing for me.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's the other thing.
Something like that.
That's the other thing. The state of that marketing machine is so weird now because if back in the day you could count on being on just regular TV, which we don't really have anymore, a lot of us, and a commercial come on say the new Mario Kart's out, Nintendo getting it done, and whatever.
Also, another part of marketing is just the EB Games wall or the Walmart game wall or whatever store. Like when we used to visit stores to be like, what games do they have? These gaming magazines, TV ads, and going to the game locations, which none of us do any of those things. So
no, I'm lucky if I'm ever even near one anymore. So I don't know how. Maybe this is part of why everyone's getting laid off. The business doesn't know how to get the
I think
kids
there are people who know you have to get it in the social media discussion. It has to be on TikTok. You have to have farmable clips. You need like the content creators to post videos about it as much as you can. Honestly, they need people like us. I don't know why we don't get any, like, because we're fairly big to do, and we do move copies of like.
Oh, we definitely do.
People that get behind. So but it would be. People like it's this is where people get their gaming news from, like-minded people, not from like regular TV, regular ads. I mean, I think there are audiences who do get notices from those directions, but it's not what it used to be.
No, it's weird. I don't envy it.
I wouldn't have never heard of Apex Legends if Shroud and like every streamer in existence wasn't playing it. And that's still true for a lot of games today, So.
I don't know how they do it. Honestly, it seems like that part of the business seems like almost impossible now. So I don't know.
We don't have agents. I think like online creation right now, if you like hit a certain realm, you hire an agency to network for you to get you these opportunities.
I don't trust those bastards.
We're just not like, this is just not what Frogpants has been about, and that's totally fine. But the more and more I've like caught pieces of conversation about like how they do business, how they met people, and it's like, oh, they have people doing their clips channels, they have people doing their networking, and they have people negotiating, and it's not like you have to take everything you get, maybe, but that's how you like get a handshake with a we could talk to Ubi. I'm sure Ubisoft might like you're a big Ubisoft fan, they're probably having a hard time finding people to praise their games. I bet you we could. There's a bridge we can build with Ubisoft. You know what I mean?
The last true Ubisoft fan.
I feel like it lately. And I had a real drought period where I was not interested in anything Ubisoft related. And I don't know, like anything, you ebb and flow or whatever. But right now, the kinds of games they make, I'm just finding it there. That's all. We'll see how long this lasts. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they're the ones who make it.
Yeah.
There's a reason that it's called like the Ubisoft model. Like, they're the ones who keep making that game.
Mm-hmm. And that game keeps working for me.
Different coat of paint.
Yep.
And you know what? If you like that game, who cares? Like, I think you catch some strays because it's not in vogue to like that style of game because Ubisoft did it to death. But if that consistently resonates with you, then that's good.
And play that shit, is what I say.
He's not telling all of us we have to like it. So I don't see why, you should tell Scott he shouldn't like it.
Yeah. Omega 9X says, I want more Watch Dogs. I wouldn't mind more Watch Dogs. Get it right, though, this time. Maybe make it more like 2. 2 was great. Legion was a nice idea that didn't work. 1 was a mess.
I loved Legion.
I wanted to love Legion.
But that's because I got the best character right out of the gate, and then it was never going to get any better than
Who was it? I don't remember what happened.
I don't know, but he had a funny mustache. He had an incredibly funny voice. And he had a funny name. It was like the RNG just gave me the most entertaining character of all time.
Wow. And did he die, though, or end up... Well, I don't remember
No,
what
but
happened.
I think I had to switch to somebody else for a while, and then all of a sudden I understood why people weren't the biggest fan of the game. I was like, oh, wait, this guy was carrying.
I just
really
felt like
hard
everybody I had was the same, and it didn't really matter who I got.
Oh, it was not the same if you had this guy, Scott.
All
he
right.
was a class act across the board. He was amazing.
One
He's
guy
a fancy lad that was just fancy all the
I
time.
think Watch Dogs is tough to make right now in a post-cyberpunk world.
You think so?
That's what it's going to get compared to, even if it's more like near future, like less fantastical than cyberpunk.
Yeah.
It's going to get compared to it, right? Like if the stuff in Watch Dogs doesn't work like the stuff in cyberpunk, you'll have these comparison videos, and they'd have to come correct with it, I think, and I just don't know if they will. I think the first one's really good still, but
Yeah.
For the era it was made, it's definitely not as good as what we've seen after it.
Yeah.
So
In particular, Cyberpunk kind of raised all those bars.
Yeah. So, but I think what I really like about Watch Dogs, Cyberpunk's fantastic in the sense that it's alternate history and there's some, very extreme satirical depictions of things. But Watch Dogs felt like as close to Mr. Robot, the video game, as you can get. The first one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I love Mr. Robot. So, if they can just nail the actual stress and stealth and not make the hacking Mickey Mouse I tapped my phone and now the lights change, if they need to make it a little more meaty on the technical side, which is not broadly appealing, but I don't know, that's what I'd wish for.
But you'd take a Deus Ex now, right? You'd be
sure. Yeah. I mean, I like Deus Ex. I'd take another day. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, make that. What are we doing?
I like the genre, but the genre is actually it's a hard one to do. To make fantasy, just give that human body shape, make him taller, give him some ears, you got an elf.
Yeah.
But hacking stuff is just you want it to feel authentic, but you want it still to be a video game and not too crunchy.
Yeah.
For the appeal, and then you want to get kind of the tone right.
Yeah.
Even little things there's not enough rain in Cyberpunk it's totally a great game. Just look past it, but you're it's hard. You're just you're asking a lot of me, buddy.
Yeah, and one of the first mods you saw made for Cyberpunk was a rain mod.
Yeah, exactly.
Create more rain.
It's I think just a harder genre to nail is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Than a fantasy genre.
Well, John, what else you do?
So in conclusion, Marvel Midnight Suns is very, very fun.
So good you installed it twice.
Yep,
Yeah.
Playing through it twice
Yep.
because it turns out I just kind of like the gameplay. Beyond that, I didn't do much else. Haven't really had time for much else, but I did play a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because at the end of our show last week, I downloaded the updated shader pack for that game.
Oh, I was hoping someone
And
did. Can't wait to hear about this. How did it
I
go?
installed it. Well, installing it was easy. Getting into the game was easy. But I ran into an interesting dilemma because there were two big problems. I had been in the middle of a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth playthrough.
Yeah.
And I was at maybe the worst place you could possibly be to be messing with graphics in that game.
Oh, no.
There's a part in the game where you have to go around and collect a cadre of soldiers to follow you around for a parade.
All right.
And when I played the game the first time, it is the only place in the game that the game started to chug for me, because you end up with a massive amount of troops just following you around everywhere you go. And there's a lot of transitioning from, because part of the buildings are like recessed into like an alcove and part of them are out in the sun. And so there's a lot of shifting from outdoor lighting to indoor lighting, which the game clearly does some level of, behind the scenes shifting and adjusting between the two. So you have more character models on display than probably anywhere else in the video game. All of their AI telling it to follow you, and you're transitioning from in and out. And I think it just hits systems hard. So I went in and I was like, oh, this isn't running very good. Where are my settings at? So I started fiddling with my settings, and then I'm trying to evaluate how it looks. And I didn't see, like, there is a way you can set like a keybind to turn the shaders on and off, but I didn't set that before I got in. So I'm going off of memory of how it looked months ago, like early in the year, versus how it looked now. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it looks better, but I can't really tell because they did a good, I mean, it's not like Final Fantasy Rebirth is an ugly game.
No.
And like, it looked good. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, it still looks good, but it also is looking very jarring from the transition from the light areas to the dark areas. And I'm like, was that always there, or is that just there right now because of the new shaders? And as a result, I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's working right. I don't know if it looks better. I can't even tell you if it's working properly or not, or if it's just going off of a false memory. Because I run into this problem with Final Fantasy XIV, which I definitely don't run a graphical changer in the background for, because that would be against TOS.
Yeah.
But if I did, that graphical changer does have a button toggle where you can turn it off and on. And so I'll go in and I'll go, is this not working correct? And then what I would do is I would hit the button, hypothetically, and I would go, oh, that's how the game looks by default. No, it does look a lot better. Okay, turn it back on. Sometimes we have to be reminded that it's doing something. I can't just look at it and know, like, oh yeah, this is much better. I have to see the compare contrast, and I don't have that yet. So I don't know how much better it looks. It looked good, but it kind of made me just want to start Rebirth all over, especially because I'm like in the middle of this place. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to get these guys to follow me around for a parade, and I don't remember where I'm supposed to go, and I don't remember who I recruited, and I was down in the bar where bald people hang out, which was fitting, I guess. And
oh, that's a real thing, the bald people bar.
Is it? Really?
It's a real thing. You get kicked out for having too much hair.
Oh my gosh, dude. All right. It's a gnarly future.
They're like, this is for bald people only. Like, you're intruding on our space. Get out.
Weird. All right.
So, I think I'm going to restart it, and I definitely need to set it to where I can toggle it off and on, because I don't know. I think it looks better.
Yeah,
probably,
it's kind of like maybe. You can do that new Halo Combat Evolved or Campaign Evolved thing, and you can pretty much go, oh yeah, well this is substantially better, but your brain still can't do the exact comparison unless it can jump back and forth, right? It's just the way our brains work. It's weird.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Black Flag. I have to go look at old Black Flag footage or see them side to side to go, oh yeah, it really is massive improvement over that, or not so much, or whatever, right? It's just the way our brains work.
Yeah, careful.
Yeah.
I know. I almost said I know. We were all thinking it. I didn't. I got close to the river.
I call attention to it, but I realized just how much of a how much of a landmine
I got real close.
We mispronounce things a lot here, but there's some things you just want to avoid entirely on pain of death.
Yeah, I look. You could tell by the way I was talking that if I had gone all the way, it would have been a mistake.
You did an amazing job moving on. Beau did not, because I saw him start to make faces about it, and then that made me laugh, and then I think me laughing made him lean into it.
Yeah.
Well, my internal dialogue went off like, I don't think I should draw attention to it. I think I should move on. But my face was already doing.
Yeah, your face already said the story. We had to go there.
Yeah.
But that's why I like the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, is because you play those games and you go, oh yeah, I'm playing a retro NES game. This is so cool. Like, yeah, they made the water a little shimmery, but this is what the game looked like. And then you go back and you look at what it looked like on NES and you're like, man, they did a ton of work, but they did a ton of work making it look the way that game looked when I played it back in the day.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like a skill or a weird, like, I don't know what to call that. It's cool though when they do it.
Yeah. I love that. That's why, to me, they take a lot of flack because there've been a lot of like remakes and remasters and all of that, and sometimes they add new content, and the Pixel remasters are like, nope, it's just what was there in the base. And so there are some people that just don't hold with it, but for my money, like, that's where it's at, because you play it and it's like, man, this is like playing the original game, which is what I want.
Yeah,
I want it to feel like the original game, but on like modern hardware.
Yeah,
and
they respect it. They respect the original and do things to it that are respectful changes. That's not an easy thing to do, I don't think.
Yeah,
I think we take it for granted when it's done nice. So
it's tricky.
Yeah.
It's like when they say that like the best visual effects are the ones you never notice. There's like there's the famous one in the Avengers where I guess like Captain America was in a scene. They decided they didn't want him in, so they just digitally removed him. You have no idea that he would even be in there. There's no special effect to point at and be like, look how fake that looks. Like, you just don't know until you hear somebody talk about it and they go, yeah, they just digitally removed a person from this scene. Those are the special effects. Like, it's the same thing with remasters, is it's like, I want to feel like nothing changed. Because it feels so authentic to what it is, but deep down we don't want it to be just emulation.
Yeah, exactly. And when it's done right, you're right. It just needs to feel right, and your brain doesn't need to make giant leaps and go, oh, look how different it is. Same thing happened with what was the show I was watching? Anyway, it was a behind the scenes for just a modern crime show. And this guy goes, I hate to break it to everybody, but any scenes where we've got bullets flying, there are no bullets flying. All those dirt kick-ups, the wall as he ran past, you saw the 5 pock marks and the smoke where the bullets were hitting in real time. All that stuff's added in post. None of it happened in the thing. It's all post effects. And no one gets credit for that shit because it looks so real and natural and not forced and whatever that they just don't get credit for it. And on the one hand, I'm like, yeah, that's real art, man. Making a thing. No one even noticed it was so good. It just, but the other part of me goes, shit, they don't get the credit. They kind of,
no. Yeah.
How do you get a better job after that? Like, I don't know. It's all very weird, but anyway.
It's tricky. I also want to give a special shout out. This is not something I played this week, quite the opposite. And I've talked about it before, but I'm proud. And as a proud father, I need to mention it. As of today, not long before this very podcast, my son beat Astro Bot all by himself.
Whoa, hold on. Alex?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's 5.
He is 5.
I'm impressed. How does a 5-year-old finish anything? Seriously.
I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. But I mean, there were times where it was like I could tell he was making really good progress, and he had done so well in the beginning that I had just decided, like, okay, well, this is a special save because we erased one of the previous saves that he and I had been playing together. And I was just like, all right, this is just fresh. And I was like, it's going to be all you, okay? Like, you just do the best you can. And he was like, all right. And there were times where he'd ask for help, and I kind of had to do the, like, it's tough, but like what I think is good parenting. And I was like, you can do it. Just try a little, here, I'll come sit by you. We'll work on it together, but it'll be you. You're going to be the one who does it.
It's 100% how you should do this. This is good.
And so I kind of kept pushing him, even though we had some pouts. There were some bosses where we had some pouts. He was not happy that Dad was not going to do it for him. And we'll see how it goes now that he's unlocked the really hard levels. But I just let him do it, and he would just plug away, and he'd just play on his own. And every now and then I'd get asked for this or that, and I'd just tell him, you can do it. And today, not even like very unceremoniously, he was really excited that he finished the last of the main bosses and he had gotten to the final boss. But I turn around and he's playing the credits section of the game. I went, "Did you just beat the game?" "Yeah." Like, this is a big deal, buddy. Like, let's celebrate. Let's be excited for it.
That's awesome, man.
He just got in and did it, and I'm really proud of him. He's come a long way, and
I'm going to stop looking at the chat from now on. Look at this garbage at the bottom. Baritone, 5-year-old showing more dedication to finishing a game than Scott.
Okay, but here's the thing. My wife did say, after I told her that he beat the game, her first question was, "How many games has Scott finished this year?"
Really?
Yeah. And she said, because this could be really funny. You could go on the show and say, my 5-year-old son has finished more games this year than Scott.
Yeah, I've definitely finished a game this year, so maybe we're tied, but we're not.
Okay.
We're definitely, he's got some momentum is the worry I would have. That's amazing.
Yeah.
5 years old. I don't know any 5-year-olds that beat. That's not like some simpleton kid game.
No, I don't even know how much I finished anything at 5.
I didn't. I certainly didn't have the dedication to do it. I don't know what the first video game I finished was. I know I beat Myst very young by myself, but I don't think it was the first necessarily, but
I think it was Atari that was around during my age 5, right?
Well, I don't know. For me, it would have
Commodore 64, VIC-20. Like, I don't remember those games having endings.
Yeah, a lot of them didn't, but Myst definitely did. So that would have been a good starter for John if he was. Let's see, that was like 2001.
Yeah,
what, the first Myst? Yeah, I definitely beat games before then, but I don't know what the first one would be. I'm trying to think. Like, this is the first game I finished.
I mean, I remember I had Kid Icarus with my Nintendo that I got, but like I didn't finish it for years. Like, it was a hard game.
And even some stuff, like I know I beat Super Mario Brothers 3, but it was my turn to try to fight. I didn't play the game. I played the final boss, and I happened to be the one who beat it.
Oh.
Because we were doing that, like, pass the controller. Oh, I died, you play. Oh, I died, you play. Oh,
But you were the one that had the controller when the big ending came.
Yeah, okay. At one point, not something I could regularly do. But I don't know. Like, I was really proud of him. And I just was excited. It was a very proud Papa moment. He's gotten good at using the controller. Like, he uses the camera stick now too, and he's come a long way. We had a little bit of a scare this week because it was he's about to go to kindergarten, and they had to do an assessment to see where he was developmentally. Mm-hmm. And I just decided to check in with him because I had checked in before and was like, okay, got all his letters. He counts up to 16, no problem. Like, we're all good. And the check-in, he did not do very good. I was like, how are we doing on this knowledge that I have assumed you still contain? Apparently a lot of that knowledge got pushed out for other things during his summer break. But even that stuff we've spent a couple days on, and he's already back on top of it. So
good.
I'm couldn't be more proud, but I did think it was funny that we should compare my son's video game completion list to Scott's.
Yeah, I think that's a hoot. It's a hoot.
We'll see where it ends up. Although that seems to be mostly what he wants to play. Like, he'll check out Minecraft, but that doesn't last for very long.
Nicola finished Avatar.
And Black Flag. Here's Avatar.
Beau, what'd you get up to? What nonsense?
Wait. Hold on.
Sorry. My bad. I thought you were done. Sorry.
No, I do want to give a shout out. Thank you. I actually have additional ones, but to Fat Tommy, that's their username.
Okay, that's not just you saying,
Not
okay.
Not throwing stones.
No.
Thank you to Fat Tommy for a game that's called the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time. That's the title. And I got it, and I had this like moment when I saw it, because anytime a game gets gifted, especially right now, because things are tight right now, that is the best chance of me playing anything new. And I was like, oh, sweet, a game got gifted. Woo! And I went in, I was like, what the hell is this game? Yeah. But the more I looked at it, the more I was like, this game looks cool. Like, I kind of think this game looks rad. So it's a puzzle game with a bunch of old RPG references in it. And it and a lot of FMV stuff. Honestly, it kind of seems like a game made for me. So I think, as much as I was initially like, oh man, what are we doing here? I think this might be a game made for me to some degree. So I'm pretty excited to give it a try. But I also need to thank Poppin' Fresh, who I don't know, maybe was listening live and thought, okay, well, John should have Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and got that, and then maybe they were unsure which Avatar game I wanted to play. Truth is, both of them. They also gifted Avatar Legends, the fighting game, which I'm really excited to try as well.
That's awesome. That's the Aang stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That actually looks pretty sick. Like the animation and stuff looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was just gifted a game as well. What is this? Oh, this is also Poppin' Fresh.
Yeah, Poppin' Fresh.
Poppin' Fresh, popping off.
I got a Star Wars Galactic Racer. Sweet. I know. I'm so excited now.
Oh, when is that coming out?
I should have appeared less interested in your Avatar game, Scott. I'm really regretting seeming excited right now.
He's such a nice guy, though. He's always being
so
very
good. Well, he
generous.
always remembers his three hosts because he got me a game too, but I don't want to say it now because John might be mad.
Is it Woman
What is
Simulator?
What is it?
No, it's Zero Company.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh!
I shouldn't have been so excited about the racer game.
That's the last time I ever get excited about anything Avatar on this show. I swear to God. Now I'm with Beau. The aliens look stupid and the planet can blow up. Who needs unobtainium?
Well, you don't have to accept it. You can refund it and say like, no thanks. And
No. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bitter grapes, but that sour grapes. Bitter grapes.
Bitter grape? What is
sour
beans.
sour grapes?
Sour
Creamy
grapes.
beans.
Creamy kidney beans.
Creamy beans.
I tried to read my son the fable that inspired the sour grapes.
Oh.
It's an Aesop fable about a fox that really wants grapes that are way too high up, and he tries over and over to get the grapes, and then he walks away going, those grapes were bitter anyway.
I don't remember that at all.
Because he couldn't get them, and it was definitely. He looked at me. He was like, "Okay, cool story, Dad."
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wow.
Anyway, thank you, Poppin' Fresh, for reals. Poppin' Fresh gifted Claire Obscura Expedition 33. That sticks with me as a gift because that was gifted, and that was my favorite game of last year.
Might be your favorite game you played this year. So
Yeah.
you should write it off.
Yeah, for sure.
maybe that's the truth. Maybe I will.
Scott tries a lot of games, and so he might be like, "Yeah, it's a good game," but like you're trying, you'd be like, "Scott, you undersold it. Oh my god, this is the best thing I have ever played."
That happens.
It
sometimes.
could be, but I am done pretending to be excited for bullshit now.
I'm just trying to make you feel better, bro. I'm really happy having Zero Company.
Xantar in the chat says John's Joker arc begins now. So let's see how it goes. Oh, that's
It's
funny.
good. This was a thank you, not a complaint section. So thank you.
We're an entertainment show here. Everything's fine.
Everything's good.
Everything's entertained except for John.
Yeah, we're all good here. Everyone's fine. All right, now we'll swing it over to Beau. Beau, you played
I played some games other than Nightreign.
Oh
this
my
week,
gosh, I can't believe it. What'd you play?
All right, so I'm not going to go in the order I discovered things, but I'm going to start with the top game I played the most of this week. You might have heard of a little upcoming game called DragonSword Awakening.
I'm so excited you played this because this was on my short list of if I have money to spend on games, this was likely going to be the candidate based on what we had been told.
Good, yeah. And so this is like an Unreal Engine 5 Genshin like an anime game, so it looks gorgeous. and it's only $40, so not an expensive purchase. If that was 40 Canadian,
Yeah, 29 here. So
yeah, not an expensive game. And you might be saying, well, what is DragonSword Awakening? Have you ever wanted to play a gacha game but don't want to participate in the gacha?
yeah,
Every time.
every minute of the day.
Every gacha game.
Yeah.
It's literally that.
This is the literal game. I don't know the full story other than I think like there was a publisher developer sort of kerfuffle, and they ended up getting away from a publisher or something, and they released it as a non-gacha game, but it still has all of the gacha systems. So you can literally experience what it's like to play a gacha game and never swipe your card. Except there's some mounts and costumes they charge extra for, highly optional, and pretty normal in most games to have some microtransactions. It's not what makes the game gacha. There's no random loot bullshit, weird treadmill on experience, but all those systems are still there. So if you still wanted to see what it was like to play and what those systems were like to get a first-hand experience, it's the perfect experiment to do. Now, that alone shouldn't sell you on the game. At the end of the day, is the game fun? It's like, yep, it's pretty fun. It's plays just like Genshin Impact, so it's kind of this Zelda-light open world exploration where all you're really doing is looking for treasure chests and mini games.
Mm-hmm.
And you collect resources, which are given generously because it's a non-gacha game, so you don't have to swipe your credit card for any of it. And you explore the world and have fun. And then the other part of the game is it's like a single-player MMO in that there's a small amount of quest givers and quest locations, and you progress the story. It'll feel like an MMO gameplay, like go to this location,
I like that shit.
Go to this location, talk. Except it also has cutscenes, not a cutscene.
It has the
cutscenes.
cutscenes. Yeah.
You're watching one right now, and it has a story. And you know what? The story's not bad. My favorite part about this game is like, because the way these games work is you don't play as a single character. You play as a team of character, and you hot swap between them constantly.
Right.
And it's more like Tokon Souls or one of those tag team fighting games where you're constantly trying to tag in your teammates to do big moves, and that's kind of the key gameplay. So the story is not told through the single lens of like a single protagonist, but Lute, this young boy you're seeing here, is kind of that solo. It starts with him on a shore going.
He's called Lute. Is his name?
It's called Lute. It gets better because I'm going to tell you. The thing about this is it is a gacha game in that there are 19 playable characters, right?
Yeah.
But the core 4, like initial party, are like actually characterized well enough that I kind of just want to play as those 4. Like I don't really care about the other ones that can join your team, even though it's all free. You don't have to swipe for them. You don't got to gamble for them. You'll eventually get unlocks for them, and you can choose sometimes you just get them. It's no big deal. There's no predatory bullshit at all in the game.
So there's still this RNG that's fun, which is I don't know what I'm going to get, and then eventually I'll get it, but if I don't now, it's okay. You have that still.
No, the unlocks are really fast. Like it doesn't even feel that way. It's just like once you complete a certain quest, it'll be like, oh, this person's now part of your added. Oh, you get a coupon. Now you can go unlock. There's a pool of ones you can choose from, and there's a pool of preset ones that come along with the story. And you're all kind of on the same team roughly, so it makes sense that they're with you. But the main characters are like, pretty decent. So my favorite is that you have Lute, but there's this obnoxious archetype guy who's older, and he's the leader of the Johnny mercenaries, and his name is Johnny. And Johnny's amazing. At first, you're like, this is a fantasy game. Why is one of the protagonists called Johnny? But I'm at a point where I'm like, I like Johnny. It's fine. And what's really cool is when Johnny does his big move, he goes, Johnny special! And then he just goes crazy around the screen.
Just Johnny special. Fantastic.
Yeah, he's like, Johnny special! And he goes,
sign me up.
So, I like the game. It's awesome. It's fun.
How's the combat? Like just minute to minute?
It's
how's that
good.
feel?
Like Genshin, those gacha game combats are fun. It's just a little different. You're not trying to build up a character solo. You have a team, they have different things, and you kind of hot swap it. It's pretty easy and basic. There's only one attack button. You can dash attack, you can jump attack, you can attack. And then when certain things occur, you can do like these other moves that are like left bumper and attack or left bumper and Y. And then you trigger conditions by either stacking the debuff that they do or by breaking their super armor in order to swap someone out. And while they swap out, they stay on the battlefield doing their move while you're inputting new moves on the new guy. And when it gets really fun is like you're hot swapping like constantly. Like when the whole combo goes off, you're like swap, 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 swap. And then like they do a little entrance animation that looks pretty awesome. It's cool. It's good. So if you want to try a gacha game, this is like, I think it's a quality. It's got a decent enough story. Like I said, it's not deep, but characters do perish. And there are some like consequences, even though it's still very cartoon level. It's not a masterpiece of storytelling like the Cyberpunk or Witcher or something like that. But like it does the job, and it's charming and fun. And like I think like I like that the bad guys are dragons. Like it's very simple in that like there's a fantasy fun world that's mostly just green. There's not a ton of biomes or anything like that. And the dragons, which look really cool, are threatening. And there was a past 6 heroes who stopped the dragons, but now the dragons are coming back. I don't know. It's just everything about it's just kind of working for me. Like there's nothing about this game that has irritated me. Like, I wouldn't call it a 10 out of 10 game, but I would call it a very good experience in that it's friendly on the wallet, and I find myself keep wanting to play and progress through the game. It's pleasant, and I enjoy the combat. It's fun.
So
That's awesome.
Can I ask you another question? Do you think that I don't know if they've shown a roadmap. I can't find one on Steam, but are they planning on doing other releases, new characters, character packs?
I think they might do some DLC. I think sales put it at around like 200,000 on like SteamDB and stuff like that, units at least on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it's on consoles as well, though.
I think so.
But I think that the more content might be on the way. I haven't finished the game. These games are designed to have like an infinitely replayable end game once you're done with the story. But I couldn't tell you if the story. I think in most of these games, the story is always unfinished because they want to keep you coming back buying boxes all the time. Like that's why Genshin's still running and Zenless Zone Zero is, they're constantly releasing new characters and they're constantly releasing new content. So as a standalone game, I'm expecting this to sort of wrap up with the resolution, but it's fun enough that I'd come back. Like I just love Johnny so much. Also, there's another character you have called Castella, who's an elf, but she's not dainty. She's like a barbarian archetype. So she yells a lot, and everyone's like, aren't you an elf? Like, you're so weird. And she's like, they call her a dark elf, but she just has a suntan. And she just hates being mistaken for a dark elf because she's like, I just got a suntan. Like, it's dumb shit, but the humor, like, the Johnny and Costello are both loudmouths. So, like, and Johnny's an airhead, and Costello's just, like, always mad at him. And like, them fighting is kind of fun. Like, it keeps me wanting to play more because it's just kind of funny. Like that's what I mean. The main characters dynamic are good enough. They could have just made this a 4-character game and called it good and did something different. But it is a gacha game. Anyways, it's good. I think the quality's there, and most of all, even if it's just my experience of a gacha game, it's like it's so liberating. I quit Zenless because it's so terrible. Like you get to a point where it's not just swiping for characters. It's like you get energy. You can only do so many activities in a day, and then you got to swipe your credit card to get whatever space nuggets.
I hate energy. I hate it.
Yeah, and it's like that with experience. And you're going to see it has all of those things in this game. It's just you earn them from in-game activities, and it doesn't feel super withholding. So like, there's dungeons. The dungeons are pretty short, and so I need some gold in order to do my level up bullshit. Well, I run a dungeon 3 or 4 times. It's not unpleasant. I mean, it's a bit repetitive. It's not the best in the world. But it's the core, it's an MMO style game. Running dungeons is like what you do. It's not painful. Like I haven't run into any points where I'm like, I'm just bored. I hate this. I'm always just like, I had enough of this activity. There's different like activities. Like you have currency dungeons, trait dungeons. There's hunts. There's raids. There's a survival mode. Like there's a lot of variety in what you can take these things into. And I'm only up to about like maybe halfway through the campaign, maybe. And it seems to be like it expands like the scope of content. So there might be other stuff that you can do that I just haven't got to yet as I'm exploring the game. But I mean, new games are coming out. So I'm also happy for this game to be like, I think I've put in 30 or 40 hours now. And, I'll be happy to have spent some time in the game and then be done with it. So I'm not trying to get a new MMO here. So I don't really care that much about it, but it's a fun gacha experience. It's the one I can now just wholeheartedly recommend. Of like, if you want to see what that style of the game's about without any predatory practice, it's this one. So far, the story's been rewarded. Like it's worth your time. It's not a waste of time to enjoy it. It's good. So I'm going to keep playing more. I'm kind of hooked on it. I like it.
Nice.
And the stuff looks cool. You're showing like a lot of the big beefy dragons and stuff like that. I think they've done a good job on the story side and graphics and stuff, making it cool.
Yeah, it's really pretty. The elemental effects are real nice, and I don't know.
Yeah, all those flashy anime scenes they're awesome.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Game's good, super good.
All right.
All right. And so I played that. Next up, I played DragonSword. So I tried this game, but only tried it for like an hour and just moved on to DragonSword. That's not to say this game is that bad, but I've tried Tears of Metal.
Oh, I like Tears of Metal.
That's the Scottish Dynasty Warriors roguelike.
Oh, it's not what I thought it was. Never mind. I was thinking it was that rhythm-based metal game that was like a shooter, kind of Doomish. Remember that?
No. Oh, I'm going to talk about that. I played that as well, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh,
but,
it's in your VR list. All right, that's funny. I even brought that up. All right, go ahead.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, but this Tears of Metal is it's basically Dynasty Warriors, but in a super like kind of artistically styled, hand-drawn styled.
A lot of videos about
roguelike.
this on my like For You
like,
pages.
You know, I think it does a good job of being like top down, like stylish and of it. I enjoyed it, but I didn't get very deep into it, so I don't know how deep the systems are.
Because it's kind of roguelike, right? Isn't that the deal?
It's totally a roguelike. Like you go on runs to basically reclaim the kingdom with your army, and then you can upgrade your army. You can upgrade your skills. There's different characters. 4 different characters I think you can play right now. It's all based on unlocks, you know. And it's multiplayer, so I think you can play up to 3 or 4 players as well in this roguelike, which I haven't experienced yet, but seems kind of cool. It was all right. I'm not a big Dynasty Warriors genre player. It's maybe the first game I played in the style. And, you know, it was okay. I was like, I had a good time with it, but I didn't move on. I played it for an hour. So there's not much I can tell you other than, like, it's not a steaming pile of shit of a program. Like, it runs, it looks good. I think, like, the vibe is there, and it's great. But I moved on to another game. So, you know, you may enjoy it more than I do. It's hard for me to fully recommend it if I only played it an hour and then don't feel like going back to it. But I wouldn't say that makes it a bad game. It just makes it a game I'm not currently interested in it. It is an early access though, so you never know. You can always come back later to it.
True.
But it's that typical style of game. I think it's probably a quality product from what I've played, so it's a good one of these. Just there you go. Tears of Metal.
All right.
Yeah, I played Nightreign. I said in the pre-show I was going to talk a little bit about it, but all that to say that just like I'm still vacillating at Depth of Night 3 and 4. Like it's kind of hard stuck there, and part of it's just like either I got to start playing solo, which is a whole other skill set to learn, but mostly I'm like getting tilted because of the relic system, which is just you get in the ranked mode, you get 3 more slots to hold relics, and each relic has 3 affixes that randomly roll. And I've at the point where I've earned like thousands, if not 10,000 relics, and I still can't get the rolls I want. You know, it's like it's very astronomical. They need a system where I can sell 10 relics and like to re-roll like an affix on a one that I've favorited or something like that. So it's just like I'm just at a point where I'm just like, ugh, I've played this game so much and like I'm making 0 progress on relics. It's kind of frustrating. But I still really enjoy the game, but I've been playing DragonSword. Finally time to change it up. So
Sure.
that's where I'm at with Nightreign. Lastly, we're going to go to the VR corner, everybody.
We haven't been here for a while. Let's go.
No, dust off your VR headset and
Yeah, there's just so many titles that I have on my to-do list. Like I bought it and I was interested in it, but didn't get to it. So I spent a day trying as many as I could in the day, which I got through 4 because one of them was pretty good and took up most of my time. So we're going to go through them in order. One is a game that is also a flat screen game that you might have seen called G-Rebels.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
So I decided to try it, play it in VR. So the game's in early access and their VR support is rough. It took me like an hour to get this thing up. Not an hour, but 30 minutes. And it didn't run super great in the headset to begin with. But basically the premise of the game is like, what if it was Blade Runner, like Cyberpunk City, and you were just in one of those floating ships, you know?
Yeah.
Like just like I don't know what they call them, a city skimmer, something like that. And that's the whole game. You just fly around. I think maybe there was like an older game that was like that, where you could do stuff like that. But anyways, this is sort of an update on the genre. So it didn't run great in the headset, but once I finally got it working and running, it was actually a really great idea. I'm like, oh, this is awesome in VR to be in one of these things flying around. Like, I liked it, even though I wish it ran better. The other issue with the game is it definitely has AI voice acting, and it definitely has AI art for like the people. You know, when you have like a like there's dialogue or something, and they show a picture, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it's clearly an AI picture. Like it's that vibe. You can see it right away. And I'm like, oh man, AI voice acting, AI art.
That bums me out.
It's so
kind of dystopic, though. You know what I mean?
I mean, it sort of fits, but it kind of throws the vibe off a little bit. Because I say overall the vibe's pretty good. Like the cyberpunk city's not mega detailed. Like if you zoom in, you're like, my God, who built a city like this? It looks so dumb. But like you're not supposed to really like go up close to it, right? It's supposed to be part of the vistas.
Sure.
You know, and just like a racing game doesn't go into great detail about some forest. You're just zipping by for 2 seconds. So it's kind of that thing. But like I do appreciate overall the vibe of it. It's good. It's fun. You know, it's not expensive, and especially for a VR game, you really get the feeling of being in the cockpit. But the AI voice acting and AI photos are like kind of bumming. They bum me out a little bit. They're not great. Like even if they were great and I couldn't tell the difference, I'd be like, whatever, you know.
Sure.
The steak is delicious, I guess. But I can really tell, and it's like okay.
Joey Pants reference, everybody. That's what that
Exactly.
was. Yeah.
Exactly.
That was great.
Anyways, that's G Rebels. I don't hugely recommend it, but the game might feel better on flat screen. So if somebody knows, leave a comment on the YouTube or send us an email so we can read it. Out from that, don't got much more to say on G-Rebels. Next on the list is Metal Hellsinger VR, man. And I never played the flat screen game, but I bought the VR game a while ago.
This game's cool.
So the game's a little bit like low res for the VR headset. I don't know how good it looks like playing flat screen. I found it to be a little low res. But one thing is that the music's phenomenal, and that gets you in the mood to play.
Yeah,
but also the gunplay is pretty good.
It's not bad.
Particularly, I thought I loved the shotgun, but it actually turns out I love. So the two revolvers are one in each hand, and you got to reload to the beat. And the thing is, like, you don't have to shoot both pistols at the same time. Like, I shoot one pistol at a time and go bam, 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 like I'm a cowboy in a Western or something. It's super fun, dude. I was like, oh my God, I like this. Like, shooting on the beat was less painful than I thought it was going to be. And I'm like musically inclined, so it wasn't that hard for me, but it still feels like I just need to shoot when the shooting needs to happen. Like, they're demons. And so it took some getting used to shooting on the beat. But once it starts to click after an hour or two, I was like, oh man, this is super fun.
Yeah. It's a cool game.
Dual wielding the revolver, like that really like I felt my brain expand. Like the starting gun, the melee weapon is like, oh whatever, who cares? But the dual revolvers, like oh man, twin revolvers was like so good to me.
Yeah. The music really is good. It's a band from are they Swedish? Anyway,
I was gonna say I thought it was
a huge
Swedish
soundtrack
or something like.
I thought it was a huge soundtrack of different people.
I thought there was a main. I can't remember now. I remember really vibing to it there because it felt like
they might have had a house band and then had some guest songs or something.
Yeah, like that. And now that Doom is missing, what's his name? It just kind of took that place for me a little bit. I really liked it.
No, it was good. Like I always sort of had a feeling it was good. I just never got around to it. And I did the VR one. I'm like, I don't want to play the flat screen. I'm going to just play the VR one. But it's like I've had it for years and didn't play it. So finally, it was my favorite thing I played out of everything I'm going to talk about. It was good. Like I could see myself going back to this. It wasn't even just the visceralness of the VR. I just think actually the weapons like felt nice to play. Along with the music, it works.
That's nice. And is this their mod or is this a community mod or how's it?
No, this is a standalone purchasable that you can get. I know I got it on Steam. I'm playing via Steam VR, but you can probably get it on Oculus too. I bet just natively. So they ported it themselves. So this is an official game.
Oh, that's great. I like hearing that. Okay, cool.
All right. Next up is I played a little game called Overload.
Yeah. I love Overload. Big fan. Although I haven't played in VR, but.
So mine was VR. So I have a feeling, I'm just going to keep this one short because I didn't play it that long because it didn't work out too good. I have a feeling this feels like Descent and it feels good.
Yeah.
However, the game was super choppy in the headset. Like forget the stream because I know sometimes, yeah,
I know what you mean.
Like rendering the output to the display as well as to my headset and streaming it is demanding. My computer can handle it, but only if things are optimized. And it felt like there was something unoptimized about VR in this game where my frame rate in the headset felt good, but all the enemies had low frame rate, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it looked like the enemies and the projectiles are very choppy and slow, even though when I move around, it felt like the game's running smoothly and great. It threw me off so much. It was very uncomfortable, and I didn't enjoy that. I'm sure it probably feels fine playing on a flat screen. And overall, I'd say, like, yes, this is definitely Descent, and it seems cool. Like, I like it. But I didn't like the experience in the headset overall.
Yeah, it's actual Descent devs coming back to work on it, and it was originally, I want to say, a Kickstarter. It's been out for a few years now, but it's the most Descent-like game that isn't Descent I've ever played, and I really liked it on a flat screen, but that is a bummer to hear that it's not so great in VR.
It was again, everything animating. Like, it was hard to dodge projectiles or interpret them because it was like literally like a slideshow, but it's just weird when some of the assets are a slideshow and some of them aren't. Because like moving around was fine, and I'm like, I just don't like this. This feels very immersion breaking. I'm not going to spend any more time with it.
No,
unless maybe it's a setting deal or something. I don't know, but didn't care for it in VR. Moving on, the last game on the VR list is a game that was gifted to me. I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. I'm sure I said thank you a long time ago for it, though. But it's a game called Arken Age. And this one's like held pretty highly in terms of it being like a pretty good VR game. And I want to say it is, like, in terms of its robust. It feels well play tested. The controls feel very natural, very close to Half-Life Alyx in terms of a lot of the thinking and conventions. It's a little weird, though. So humanity has transformed into like weird, cybernetic, disgusting things. And yeah, you know what I mean? It's like they're humans, but they're full of machinery and they look like rotted corpses. Yeah, I don't think you need to think too much about the lore in this one.
Okay.
Well, you get a handgun, you get a shotgun, you get a shield, and you get a sword, and you go through these Avatar. Game kind of looks like Avatar in that, like, it's a lush forest, but also buildings.
And no aliens you don't like looking at.
It's in no way like Avatar. It's its own thing, but it has aesthetically, it's pretty adjacent to it. And so the guys will like shoot you, and you have to go with your sword. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, he can plant me. I had to cut the thing.
He can plant. Oh, like a.
He can root me to the ground, and I got to use my sword to chop him. And
do they all curl up in the fetal position when you kill them like that?
Some of them die really weird. Where you're like, it's when the corpse is ragdoll, and they're like doing the splits right in front of you, and they're just like, this doesn't feel right. Like,
yeah,
because it's 3D VR, and you're like, I don't feel very glorious with this.
I love bad ragdoll, but it can be a little disconcerting. I get it.
Overall, it was pretty fun. Like, I'd toss this a recommend in terms of like it's a quality product. Like, it doesn't feel sloppy at all in terms of its VR controls. Everything controls easily. Had zero problems with it, and I can't say I can't say I love the aesthetic of this game. Like, you see how my arm looks like a weird tree trunk, right? But
a little bit, yeah.
I'm not loving it, but it does stuff like I'm eating that, so you can eat these balls that are like growing a tree. And that's how they heal you. You can also warm up the balls and turn it into a syringe that you heal yourself with. Yeah. Stuff like that I really appreciate about the game. When they make you do it's VR and you can do unhinged things like eat balls, I'm like, okay, this is a cool game.
Yeah.
And so I like that part.
Cool.
Oh, here I'm fighting a guy with a sword. He rooted me. That's why I'm green. And it's not very complicated. You just swing your sword and they tend to fall over and die.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It seems like there's a little more.
And you can shoot them too. So I eventually just shot that guy and got sick of it.
Some
nice. Oh, see how he's doing the splits?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't feel very glorious when you kill a guy. They're just like spread eagle in the air. And you're like, okay.
This seems like a fun one, though.
It's a good one, though. It's a quality game, and there's climbing. It's kind of like Metroid-like, and it's like you got to find the item to open the door and then explore the level. And the nice thing about it is, like, when you play a flat screen game, you want the levels to be big, but when you play VR, it's actually kind of refreshing if they're like smaller arenas because they want you to climb and swim and do things, and it's like Like to swim, you actually have to swim with your arms like this, and I'm like, I only want to do that for so long, right?
Yeah.
So don't make me actually traverse the size of an actual lake, please.
Sure. Well, that's cool. There you go. A fine listing of VR games.
Yeah.
From Beau today. I like it when you do this stuff because I'm not going to play him. Neither is John. So I feel like we fill a little niche when you do it.
Yeah, you get a little informed of it, and we do have some people with their headsets in the community who do want to know these things too. So there is a service aspect, even if it's just a small segment of our listenership.
Yeah.
So
Plus, I just think it's interesting in general. So
yeah. So I would say nothing's beat Half-Life Alyx yet, but one day we'll find.
We'll get there. It'll probably be another Half-Life product. All right, everybody, we are going to take a break. When we come back from this break, we are going to take care of a little bit of news, read some emails, and so on. Quick reminder that this entire show is brought to you by your support and friendliness over at patreon.com/core show. And you have choices. You can also go to our Substack at core.show. Either way, you're going to get no commercials ever, pre-show content every week, host specials on the monthly, and other stuff all the time. Be like Todd P. and Bendy Straw. These are two fine folks who have joined us recently. On our Patreon in particular, patreon.com/core show or core.show. We would love it if you would join us. When we come back, we have more. Stay tuned. And we're back. Hey, guess what, guys? Guess what else we do here? We do news.
Back to Pokemon Go.
That wasn't supposed to be it. That right there. That's what I meant. Let's see what's going on. So, you know what? We're going to give it all to Final Fantasy this week. Let's just do it.
Oh,
Let's lay it on thick. Final Fantasy.
The whole news segment.
14. We got a bunch of revealed new details about new jobs, about raids, about housing changes. I see a sneaky reference to Mad Max Fury Road in here, which John will explain to me. John, lay it out. What's going on? What did Yoshi P tell the people?
Well, Scott, they had their big fan fest in Berlin.
Oh, nice.
So you might remember not too long ago, we talked about them announcing the new expansion, Evercold. That was from the Fan Fest here in the United States.
They were big in the 90s, weren't they? Evercold.
They do 3 of these. So they've finished the United States one, and they now are doing the European one, which was in Berlin. And they announced some new stuff.
Nice.
Not a lot specific, but a lot broadly. And what we got is we got one of the 2 new jobs that are being added to the game, which is called the Bastion. And the Bastion is a tank class. It has what looks like 2 shields, one on each arm, but the shields have gun boosters on one end and spikes on the other.
Jeez.
So they punch you with the shields and then shoot you with the shields, and they do. I mean, you're showing the video for anybody that can see the video. This is
Oh my gosh, I love this. That is so badass, and that's the right race to be, by the way, if you're going to wear this outfit.
Right. I have seen there's a amazing little video meme piece of art of a Lalafell with these, where the shields are planted in the ground and the Lalafell is just hanging in the air, dangling feet like planted, and like doesn't even reach the ground because it's still scaled up as if they're these size shields. But yeah, this looks like a Scott class.
I would play this. Was there an upgrade to the engine or something? This looks better than usual, or is this just a pretty dope?
I mean, they upgrade pretty consistently. They did for the last expansion. They did a big graphics.
That might
upgrade.
be what because I didn't play that one. I think maybe I just missed the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you were before that, then yeah, it probably does.
Or I think I played it while it was out and then just never could get, because I don't want to rush. Unlike WoW, where you can just skip a bunch of shit. This game felt like I couldn't do that and feel good about myself. You know what I mean? I mean, I know you can, but I didn't want to because there's story to be had. Yeah, that looks cool. I like a good tank class in this game anyway, and this seems insane. Let's put guns on the shields.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's cool.
You know? So Yoshi P came out in full cosplay of this.
What? Really?
Which I thought maybe they were going to do a bit because he kept talking about how hot it was and how he was dying up there, but there was no bit to it. I think he just was dying up there. Apparently it was a real hot cosplay.
Let's take a look here. I think I've got some video that'll, yeah, look at
there he is.
What?
It's really good.
Wow. can you not love that guy? You have to love that guy, right? That's a requirement. You have to love him. How can you not?
I mean, it really is impressive. He keeps saying he's not going to do it again. Like every year he comes out cosplaying as one of the new jobs. And every year he's like, I'm not going to do this again. Oh, I'm not, it's too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting too old for this. And then every year he keeps doing it anyway.
I think that's great.
So it's wonderful.
I love it. I love it.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that looks awesome. I assume. I mean, what does that do to? I guess I don't know the state of the balance of the game at all. Were tanks needed right now, or is that just it's not shocking that there's a new tank class, or I guess it doesn't matter. You can be whatever you want.
It makes sense. Yeah. I mean, like I think their healers right now are technically the lowest. They also, as part of their announcements in the United States, they said that they're doing regular tanks and off tanks as like a separate specification. And they have not clarified what that means. So in a way, I mean, I think regardless of whatever tank you play, you'll be able to do dungeons, but we don't know the specifics of what that is going to entail. They did something similar with healers, and it kind of didn't matter very much, but we don't know yet. So it could be that they cut the class in half. And there's even fewer, but I think healers are still the smallest number of jobs in the game than tanks. No, maybe I have that wrong. I don't remember, but they're also adding another DPS, so DPS still continues to.
What class is that other guy?
Yeah, that's translator class.
Translator, yes.
It's an off tank, and actually, I assume he's talking German here.
No,
English?
that's so he's actually very well known. He is the localization lead for the game, and he very frequently will come out and do the translation.
And we're all cool with like the two of the three axis of evils getting back together for a keynote, right? We're cool with that. Germany and Japan, same room. It's fine. Everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
Scott doesn't seem to be a problem.
Okay, good. That's good. Enough time's passed, I guess. I kid. Leave your emails at home. I'm joking. All right, keep going. What else? So he says all those things.
So
Yeah.
in addition to that, we got, the usual MMO fare where it's like, here's the zones you're going to be going to. They seem to be focusing very heavily on these big, like massive ships that hover over the continent that have a bunch of things. We saw a little bit more of the trailer. Typical MMO stuff, but there is some stuff of note that I think might interest the people here, which is they decided to announce what the new raid series is going to be. And in the past, these things have always... not always, have occasionally tied into other things. Now, we already know that they're doing a tie-in with Evangelion for one set of them, which is where your Mad Max connection is.
Oh.
Because the person who is going to be the... I can't remember the exact term they used for it, like an art advisor / guest producer for that content, worked on Mad Max Fury Road and Furiosa. They also have a history with Evangelion, to be clear, but I'm speaking to my audience at the moment.
Right.
So, like, when people are like, yeah, but they also worked on Evangelion, so it makes sense that they're there for Evangelion stuff. Yes, but Scott cares a lot more about Mad Max than...
Yeah, you guys keep your little sad boy robot story. I'll hang on to the Fury Road. It's all fine. I'm kidding. Again, keep your emails to yourselves. I'm kidding. You guys are great.
So many emails.
I know Evangelion's massive. I understand. I really do. But I'm all about this because the art direction looks rad. Like, this looks really cool.
So that's good. They're going to be involved. But then the other one is we are getting a Final Fantasy VII crossover for the 8-player raid series called Beyond the Livestream. And they are finally going to actually be connecting to Final Fantasy VII's universe, which is huge.
It's exciting.
It's perfect timing because it's coinciding with Revelations coming out.
Yeah.
And they do have what's his name? I should have written all this stuff down so I didn't have to look. look it up. It will have character designs from Nomura, but that's not who's overseeing it. I don't know why I can't find the guy's name. But the guy who's doing the remake series is involved with this for 14 as well.
Nice.
He's basically your guest producer for it.
That makes sense.
They are also adding the golden saucer from Final Fantasy Rebirth into Final Fantasy 14.
Wait, isn't there already?
There's already a golden saucer in 14. I believe they are adding a new wing, is what it's going to be. That is going to be the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth gold saucer. And look, I know this isn't going to sound
Queen's Blood.
No, this isn't going to sound cool, you guys.
Uh-oh.
But I'm going to just tell you that I'm excited for it. So don't shit on it too much, okay?
All right.
Because I'm genuinely excited for this, all right?
All right. I want you to have this. What is it?
You don't want us to shit on Gold Saucer?
There is a new game in the Gold Saucer. Yes, the logical question would be Queen's Blood. No, it isn't Queen's Blood.
Okay.
They're adding a typing minigame.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm a fan of those. So
that's where I got the idea for the meme I have, was someone posted Yoshi P teaches typing. And I just shit posted.
I wondered what that was. I didn't understand the reference. Now I get it.
It is a multiplayer typing mini game where you type a bunch of Final Fantasy related words as fast as possible, and we don't know much about it.
That might get me to play Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
Thank you. I am so glad that both of you are excited for it, because I saw so many people being like, "Wow, why'd they announce that dud of a mini game?" But I'm so excited for it, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'll honestly say, and I will, rather than shit
bad
on
at typing, everyone who shits on it's bad at typing.
Yeah, that's what I say, because I'm a good typist. This is actually exciting for me, but also,
like all the illiterate people are in shambles right now.
I'll do the opposite of shit on it. I will eat it. I will buy. I will buy this game and play.
Low key, I'm probably not going to rate or level. I don't want to set your expectations about having me in the game playing, but like I could just see me going just to do the typing.
I mean, maybe it's enough to get you back into the Bard thing where you're playing at the fountain.
maybe hey, the mod might be even better nowadays. Maybe I'll do some barding and some typing.
Yeah. Some light barding.
It's Beau's version of Chorecore.
I'll need to earn money
at the tavern and types in the.
I'll need to earn money for credits so I can do the typing. So.
Is there a typewriter mount that I can earn in the game? You know?
Yeah.
There is not, but speaking of the earning, they are putting outfits, of course, from Final Fantasy VII in the game. They have showed off Tifa and Barrett's outfit in the game. Including an accessory for Barrett, which gives you the gun hand, and it does fire.
Perfect.
So that is going to be added as well. So a bunch of Final Fantasy VII stuff. There was some speculation around this because they have recently been on a real kick of adding kind of the Final Fantasy's version of pets, and they've been adding a bunch of Final Fantasy VII stuff recently. Like Red 13 was in there. They added Yuffie to the store, but some of that stuff has been in for a long time. So you can always kind of hand wave it as like, yeah, they add a lot of that stuff all the time, but it's been kind of showing up here and there, and it's really exciting. They're also doing an overhaul to the Chocobo companions. When you play through the game, you do get a companion chocobo that you can ride and will also help you in combat and stuff like that. They're going to overhaul it. So they're actually going to make a mode where you and one other live person can bring your two chocobos as AI to do basically 2-man dungeons.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so you can you and a friend with your two chocobos, and that's your dungeon team.
I like that a lot. I love the dungeon or the raid difficulties. I don't know when these changed or if they're about to. I guess this was when they'll change. But you have normal, you have extreme now. This is new. And then you have savage, which I guess was already there. Savage difficulty to the raid difficulties. But I love the names. I'm just so sick of what's the WoW ones? Heroic and Mythic.
And
it's
Mythic.
like boring. Those are boring. extreme and savage difficulty. Roar.
You gotta borrow your naming convention from Doritos to make Scott interested.
That's the only time I care. That's it.
that's what gets him.
That's exciting. There right there.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's a lot shown. Some of it, we just need to know more about. They're adding new animation styles for things, but the only example they gave was basically the equivalent of adding a new Hearthstone in WoW, like your teleport home is. But they're going to supposedly do more than that. They're allowing more customization of your character, so they showed like. The cat people always have these like markings on their face. They're going to give you the option to turn those off. So just little tweaks here and there to change customization and stuff like that.
I like that.
There is a lot of changes on the way. That's in addition to the stuff we talked about last time, where there's basically going to be a new version of every existing job that has a different rotation, a more simplified rotation.
Like a subclass or...
Yeah.
What they're doing is they have kind of felt that there are too many buttons. There's button bloat essentially, and they want to come up with a simplified, but still challenging rotation for all the jobs. But they understand that that's going to put some people off where it's like, no, I'm used to what I do and I don't want to change. So all of those jobs are keeping that rotation as well as getting the new one.
Oh, that's good.
You just pick which version you want.
So some remix on one button assist or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going forward, they are only going to be doing, and they aren't calling it simplified. I think people in general are calling it that. There's no guarantee that it's necessarily going to be like easier as in like necessarily one button, but it has gotten... Some of the classes are a little complicated.
You think it's like going to be so that they can map it to a controller?
Well, they're already on
they already do that with the stuff, but for some of the more complicated classes, you definitely get into like, oh God, what I had to do to get this to work right. Yeah. It's rough. So it's going to be a lot more logical in terms of progression. I think they're going to use their smart buttons more effectively because there are a lot of things in Final Fantasy where it's like, use this ability. And every time you use this ability, you will always press this ability next. And every time you use that, you'll press this next. But it's 3 different buttons, right?
Yeah.
So they make it to where the buttons will change. So you press 1 and then that button then becomes 2. And then you press that button and then that same button becomes 3.
Surprising that wasn't like the first thing they thought of. It's so weird.
It's weird because they had clearly thought of it because it does that in PvP.
Oh.
But it doesn't do that in the base game.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might be, again, that reluctance to change what people are already established with. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what that all looks like. Again, this was very light on details, which I think is what we're waiting for the Japanese fan fest to figure out and shine some light on. Is like, okay, give us the deep dive on it. We need to know what's going on with this.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot changing, and it's actually been the one thing that has kept me somewhat hesitant to get back in and dive back in is I'm like, I know I'm going to go with the more simplified version because I do not care. I don't like having a bajillion buttons. Like, to me, the fun, and especially in Final Fantasy, and I think they're realizing this too, the fun of the fights is the dance for me.
Right.
Knowing not to be here for this, knowing to move here for this. None of that is the rotation. Like, I don't consider the rotation a fun part of the game. So I'm more than happy to go to a simplified. I'm glad they're giving an option for people that don't feel that way, but that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But because I know it's all going to change, there's a part of me that's very hesitant to go, well, let me relearn how to play because I've taken a huge break. Let me relearn to play just so I can relearn to play. And it is something that's kind of holding me back a little bit. But I do want to get in, and because I never fully finished this current expansion. I mean, it's still, the patches are still coming out, so I couldn't have, but I need to get caught up and see the raids and do the quests and all of that.
Well, exciting stuff.
Not to tangent too much, but just because I do think about controllers and MMOs because they want them on the consoles and stuff, and it's fine, I guess. But I found there's a 24 button controller. I linked it in the core chat.
Whoa, let's see.
If you ever, I don't know how good of a controller it is, but it is interesting where they put all the buttons.
Oh, wow.
Oh my!
It's like
God.
super stacked. I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of. I wonder if it's usable. It looks cool. I want to try it.
It's not
I don't
priced too bad. $61. Not
know. It's a
bad.
Japanese import, so I don't know if shipping's an issue for it.
Here,
But
let's throw this off here. Looks
I
like
wonder if anyone has something like this or have tried it. But like, it's got 12 buttons on the bumpers.
oh my
And it's
gosh,
got-
man. So, it's the rear. Oh, look at the bumpers.
Yeah, bumpers are insane. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I'm intrigued by it. I was like, I had to share it because I'm like, oh, maybe this is good for Final Fantasy if you want to use a controller.
Yeah, I assume it's all mappable and,
Yeah.
turn them into whatever you want. Oh, look, it's robot anime character.
It
Junior.
looks like they were kind of trying to do Final Fantasy without doing Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I don't know what we got there.
I saw it and I was like, oh look, they put Final Fantasy. Wait.
Yeah, but
What
look
is
at where the
this?
gun is coming out of. Like it's a looks like something that you're supposed to put on a rock, right? It has what are
Yeah.
those feet like,
Might have some
but
bad
it's
AI
coming
shit.
out of it. It's coming out of his hand. Like who holds a gun that way? Like,
Nobody is who.
no, I think the worst part is this looks like it's actually probably drawn. I'm just like,
Well, if it is, it's poorly drawn. We'll say that.
yeah.
Good luck to him.
I think so. I don't know.
I'm
Anyways.
curious about that. 12 buttons. Wow. I know the mice have been doing that for years. Like these down here have been doing that for years, right? Like,
Yeah, like you can get the mice. You can get like very small form factor keyboards. I don't know if they work for MMOs or not when you sit it, but like I've just never seen a Joy-Con, and I'm like, oh man, because I always like I said, I'm always just like, well, they want to put these MMOs and high button count games on consoles, and I'm just like, can we make an option for more buttons for some of these? I don't know.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. Button bloat is not my favorite thing either. And I do like when I'm with John on this. Like, simplify it. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Like, I really like how WoW did it this last time. It's maybe even a little too simplified, but I still like that they did it and people can play it any way they want. The way Final Fantasy already works on a controller is pretty good. It's pretty intuitive. It's mostly just shifting with triggers to reassign buttons or whatever. A game like Guild Wars 2 and potentially 3 could have really good controller support if they wanted. I'm all
There's
down.
other logical things that you could do too, like, or if you have a button with a big cooldown, then you can have a second ability while button one, like ability 1 is on cooldown, you can use ability 2. There's stuff you can do, but the games are designed first and foremost for like keyboard controls, so that's just the reality of a game like that. But
It's funny with 14 because 14 came out launch day and day on PC and PlayStation 4 or 3, maybe 3.
yeah,
I think it was 3 because I think they've done multiple, like, not this console anymore.
Yeah, and they're on. Yeah, that's true because
They're about to kill PS4 support.
That's right.
They said PS4 support's going away, and I think it's like a year now at this point.
Omega 9's like, Guild Wars 2 would be really easy. I can't believe they haven't done it. Mods have. I mean, WoW, same thing. It's easy, and mods have. Mods have done a great job with WoW. I don't like that it's mods. I wish it was, I prefer it when this stuff's baked in, and I like Final Fantasy's baked in controller stuff. It's good.
They revealed what's going to be in the collector's edition. I do want to point out, I just put a video in
is the game in there?
I think it is, except for versions like the PC version where you're going to get a digital download, and then they charge less for that. So I think you can get versions with or without game, depending on if you're going to get it digitally or not.
So
Typically is the way they do it. I just wanted to show you this mount because it looks like standard horse collector's edition fare, but then it flies into the air and it has the weirdest transformation I've ever seen.
all right, let's see. Oh, geez. Oh, that's cool.
So,
But now you're riding a man.
yeah.
A little
I
weird.
love that, though. Can I see it again? Is he going to do it again? I mean, I could always rewind it, but I want to see if he'll do it again. Come on, turn. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going back. All right, let's see this again. That was amazing. Here we go. Get ready to go. Oh, yeah, dude. That is like Brave Star.
She should turn it to slow motion because it goes very fast.
Yeah, it goes really quick. I think that looks cool. The transformation is the only reason I'd care. because the rest of it's just a horse. Who cares?
There's a few mounts like that. Some are pretty cool.
That's amazing.
And then you also put in here, let's talk about the housing system.
Oh yeah.
So that's worth noting too. Yoshi P did an interview and he said basically like, yeah, he was really excited to see what WoW was doing with their housing. That it was clearly, pulling from some stuff they had done, and he was really impressed with it. And he basically said it influenced him. They're making 2 major changes over this expansion cycle to housing, and one of them is going to be UI based to try and improve the user interface and usability. And they said there's one more that he doesn't want to talk about that might come before the UI changes. So it is what we have always said and what we have always talked about. When MMOs compete, they make each other better, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, people are super stoked on WoW housing. Now Final Fantasy housing is going to get better for it. I would say Elder Scrolls Online housing will get better for it, but I don't know if anybody's going to be working on that game anymore.
I don't like that I do like that they've never been like weird about it. Like Yoshi P's always like, oh, I love this thing they do in WoW. We're going to do something like that. Like he's always just excited. And when WoW was not struggling, when they were having their downfall from the harassment stuff and all that, I remember him just like coming out and saying, "Oh, it makes me very sad. I love that game and everything about it, and I hope they can work." It's just they're always like this really honest thing. Whereas on the Blizzard side, it's not that they're not respectful; they just don't say anything. Like they pretend like no one else exists. You
kind of get that corporate. The competition says, that'll
or just even
chestnut.
complimenting the competition.
Yeah, I wish they were more free with that, but I mean, like that.
Kind of famously, Yoshi P made everybody on the dev team play World of Warcraft when they were reinventing the game, because he was basically like, this game, what we made for 14 is not what an MMO plays like.
Yeah.
You're all going to play World of Warcraft, you're going to find out how an MMO plays, and then you're going to come back to me, we're going to make an MMO.
Yep.
So it's refreshing, and it's nice to hear, because again, I want the success of both, because the better each one gets, the better they push the other two. And
I agree.
I think that's a good thing. They have found their own avenues. There are similarities for sure, but they are very, very different games.
And they're also bringing the damn thing to Switch 2. So Shanafan, if you're listening, it's your chance to shine, buddy. Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy 14 Online.
People are also finding out how expensive memory upgrades for the Switch 2 are, because it's a very big game.
Yeah.
You get memory upgrades?
Well, you get SD cards and stuff.
Yeah, you have to get an SD card.
Storage stuff,
Ouch.
Because it's huge.
SDs aren't too bad. The high-end extreme ones are a little pricey right now, but most of the...
I assume with an SD card, you want the read-write to be fast. Isn't there are there different types?
There's some really fast ones, and then there's some that are slower or more mid-range, and then there's some really slow ones. And the really slow ones you use for like your storage or a camera you don't care about or something like that. And then the mid-range hasn't really budged on price as much, but the high-end, I keep saying extreme. I think that's what SanDisk calls theirs, but it's just whatever the higher protocol is. The faster read-write, that one, those have all gone up. So
it is. I just looked it up. According to this, it is 117.2 gigabyte download size.
It's a big game.
It's a big game.
Yeah.
Well, it's it's a bunch of expansions.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of content. So
and it just gets bigger. Don't expect it to get smaller in. Is it February or January they're releasing this expansion? Ain't going to get smaller.
I don't remember when it is. I
know it's 2027, but I know it's early.
It is winter time, but I don't remember.
They said January 2027 for release date?
Yeah. I think that's right. If that's true, that's like 5 months.
I didn't think they gave one yet. Oh, January 2027. That is what they have said, I guess.
All right then.
But not specifically, but they,
No date.
No date.
Yeah. We assume it'll be 1 through 31.
Yeah.
In there.
Nope. The 32nd. We found a loophole. If we pick a date that doesn't exist, we never have to put it out.
That's how they get you. All right, let's get to some feedback. We got this week from a listener, and I'm going to play this. Let's see, what's fun to play?
Backfeed.
Let's just play Beau's Bozone thing. There we go. Here's your
Lovely.
here's your correspondence for the week. This came to us as, I believe, a text. Yes, it did, over at 10hams.com. And he says this: I'm listening to episode 530 right now. This is GR Puffin Stuff, aka Statsby the Gnome Rogue in World of Warcraft. I'm listening to episode 330 or 530, and he says he's a few days late. And I'm yelling yes at the speakers. I have played Cyberpunk for nearly 12,000 hours. Sorry, 1,200 hours. I added zeros. My apologies. He wrote not a typo. That is a lot, though. 1,200 hours for 1,200 hours.
I saved the typo for you.
Yeah, I saved it for me. That's a lot. He said, I would kill for open world online content or more DLC to buy in that game is what he means. I think they can tell all the Night City stories. No need for Johnny or V or Jackie. It's true. I mean, we've been through those stories, so it'll give us something new. Just mercs getting shit done. Corpos ruining lives for money. Maybe a dispatch version where you play a fixer in training. Maybe the Araska family story that Arasaka, sorry, that leads to the events. I know it. If I'd heard it, I'd have known it. I'm just terrible when I see it. It looks like Alaska to me.
I'm just exaggerating, but
anyway,
it's really funny.
Do all the lead up with that, like a prequel. He's saying so much potential. I don't care about swords and demons. I want bionics and tweakers. Says no, the gnome rogue Statsby in World of Warcraft, GNR Puff and stuff.
All right, well,
yeah, I mean, we all want it. Yeah, we all want it.
Your peers listening when they're like, well, what should we give people? Some newfangled next gen experience or more Cyberpunk?
Did you see the Witcher voice actor guy recording lines for the new DLC? Yeah,
no, I didn't.
He didn't record voice. He just has a shot of him looking at game footage and doing a selfie, and he's in his little mic space. And
what's awesome?
Yeah. So this coming.
Finally, a decade later, they're like, people like this game. Maybe we should make some more of it.
I know.
I'm all for it. I wanna see this new world where we just get a bunch of like updates for old games we love.
Hell yeah, dude! Bring it on. If you're gonna make us suffer
Marvel
like this.
Midnight Suns, I'm playing through second time.
Yeah,
again, if you want.
I'm playing old Assassin's Creed games. The newest Assassin's Creed game is a remake of an old one. Like that's where we're at. So let's do it. Let's go all
Games are just fine. Yeah, I mean, Midnight Sun's 4-year-old game, but it could have come out this year. Like, I'm sure you're not looking at going like, wow, 4-year-old game, really.
No, in fact, I found out the first time I played through it, in this replay, before I accidentally deleted everything, I had DLSS turned on, and then I booted it up again. I was like, why do I have that on? I don't need that on. I don't need AI generation on things. I turned that off and it was like, holy shit, this game looks good. Yeah. This game looks a lot better than I thought it did. Like I also think it put on ray tracing, but
that's the actual other goated thing about playing older games is that when you play them at launch, you're like, oh, I guess I'll have to turn down some stuff. My graphics card's not the best. But if you play them 5 years later, you're like, crank everything just to like ultra mega maximum. And so you're getting like the premiere experience of these like 5 to 10 year old games. And it's just like, why am I playing new games that like they're juicing, for current gen if you're like on a budget, let's say. It's like you can play a 5 to 10 year old game and get all the sweet graphics you want.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of peaked. And it's nothing wrong with that because there's like this line of peakage, and in that line are a bunch of games that would look as good today. Like you said, Midnight Suns could come out today, and you wouldn't bat an eye. You'd go, beautiful game, hot new graphics, let's go. There's a lot of games like that.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? I know we've moved on from news, but this is vaguely news, and I did mean to add it, but not for necessarily a long discussion. But they had somebody who worked on the Dragon Age Origins, basically come out. Oranges.
Oh,
I tried so hard not to say it. He came out and he's like, yeah, don't expect that they're ever going to do a remake or remaster of that thing because we lost too much institutional knowledge has been let go. Nobody knows how to remake it.
Nobody knows the engine. They said nobody knows this old ass homemade engine that we made internally. It's not used in any other products. It didn't evolve into something else. So Yeah, I saw that and I just went, oh shit, that's true.
The institutional knowledge is gone. And that's what we talk about when we talk about, you know, these layoffs and stuff, is it's like, you know, there are always people for some reason that feel like they got to come to the defense of the poor corporations and be like, well, maybe those people aren't doing anything. But knowledge goes with those people. And sometimes that closes down avenues where stuff could have been done. Mm-hmm. And we are finding ourselves in a position now where it's like, oh, you want that? Or, you know, is that even a possibility we can talk about? Nope. We let the institutional knowledge disappear.
Here's how you fix that, though. There's a fix for this. You let that thing go to the community. You make it open source. And you say, just like Quake and Doom and others have done in the past, you open source your Origins base code, and you let the community essentially remake Origins and maybe even some new content for it or whatever. That's about the only way you're ever going to see that thing get a remake, in my opinion. Especially after they get sold to the Saudis. They're not going to do that. They're not going to touch that game.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. That one guy who knows, he should head up the transition of selling it, or not selling it, open sourcing it, get it out there on servers, let people do whatever they want with it.
They can build it in Baldur's Gate 3.
There you go.
They can use that.
Isn't somebody doing that with 2? There are Baldur's. It's not quite the same, but they're taking Baldur's Gate 2 and doing the entire thing within the 3 engine.
Yeah, what is it? Is it? Are they? I can't remember if they're doing 1 or 2, but there is somebody who's trying to do basically one of those older games all in the Baldur's Gate 3 engine. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
I hope we see more cool stuff.
I think it was the BG. You're right. It's BG1 in the BG3 engine.
Yeah.
Which means I guess they could do. Oh, it's called Return to Candledeep. No, that's not it. Here we go. Nope, that's Reddit and a guy who just wants things. I can't find it.
You just summed up Reddit really well.
Yeah. Reddit, a place full of guys who want things. All right, we've done it, guys. We've done it. We did it. We've had it. And if you'd like to send in your own messages, just go to frogpants.com/core. And the reason you do that is because all the ways to do it are there. But if you want to get specific, core@show.core. Nope. Shit.
Wow.
Shit.
Wow.
Shit.
He walked into that with all the confidence in the world.
It was an unforced error, too.
Oh, it was terrible. I thought I was confidently doing it. It is.
You could see it building too. Like as he was like just frogpants.com/core, you could see him building up to it. You could feel the energy of like, all right, I'm going to say the email. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. And then he hit it with all the confidence of somebody that nailed it.
Yeah.
And it was
I've never been
wrong.
more sure I had it right, and I'm not. I didn't have it right. It is. Hold on.
It's written right there.
I know, but I'm trying to do this without looking at it. It is show@core.show. There you go. It's the show
You don't
sandwich.
get bonus points for not looking at it, Scott. You can just look at it and read it. Nobody is going to be like, yeah, he got it right, but he read it.
He looked at it first. Lame. Easy
whatever,
mode. Yeah.
Reading stuff.
Lame. Well, anyway, that is the email address. So use it. And then also 10hams.com for your texts and your voicemails. Before we get out of here, it is time for us to write back home during the war and let our dear wife at home, who's just trying to keep the farm running without her husband, know how things are going on the front lines. John, take it away.
My dearest Martha, boy, we had fun today. We talked about a lot of games, many of them old revisits of favorites long past. We talked about Assassin's Creed. Which one, you might ask? Well, this time it was Valhalla. That's the one with the Vikings in it. We also talked about Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. We talked about some retro games, mostly the Minish Cap. He didn't really name which other ones, but he played those on Sunshine and Moonlight, Rainbows and Good Feelings. John played Marvel's Midnight Suns twice. That's 2 different installs, because he deletes too much when he's done with something. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Astro Bot. Beau played DragonSword Awakening, Tears of Metal. Yes, still Elden Ring Nightreign, but he also played G-Rebels, Metal Hellsinger, Overload, and Arken Age. That I'm sorry. I got distracted by watching my head get put on a Civil War soldier.
Yep.
Wait, why am I on that side?
Oh, you know what? You really should be over here. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Yep.
Yours in this life and the next. The blue and the gray.
Nice. The blue and the gray win every time. All right, that's it. We did it. We did a show, and that means you're all satiated until next time we see it, which will be next Thursday. Yeah, that's right. Thursday at 1. Be here. Check it out. John and I also have a little something brewing that we'll tell you about later. We're gonna work out some details, but we got some stuff coming. There's things coming. This place is popping with ideas. And it's hopping with you guys. So having you here is great. Thank you all for being here. You guys are awesome. That'll do it for us, for me, for Beau, for John. And for all of you listening at home or abroad. Whoops, the music ended. Why? We'll see you next time.
This has been a Frogpants production. Find all our shows at frogpants.com.
Don't open that door!
Wesker.
Don't open that door.
You dirty bastard.